Okay.
Nope.
Right, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry about that. I actually started the game before I actually went live, so I had to wait until like the cutscenes finished before we can go back into it. You've got to have at least one boomer issue per stream, haven't you? So
only one.
Only one. Yeah, unless it's a Jurassic Park stream, in which case you have to have a whole plethora of them. Yeah. So, how are we all doing, guys? See, there's a lot of wrenches in the chat. We got Belzadil, we got Vicar, how you doing? Mima, Bilbo Balboa, Beyond the Pale, H Sal. I think that's everyone so far. It says we've got 5 viewers. That's cool. I'm literally crying. It's been so funny. What have I missed? Who's drunk? Belzadil's drunk? That wouldn't surprise me. I prefer Whatho, the world's best Strex worker review publication. That's cool. Cool. Good to hear, man. Good to hear, Vicar. We are joined by Zen the Den, the Ben, the Chan, whatever name he decides to go by today. How you doing? You all right?
I don't understand what my name is if you actually talk to me about it, but
I refuse to talk to you about it.
Yeah. Hello. What's happening? I'm here with my horrendous soft drink addictions and such.
It is, yeah. Actually, I've got a cup of tea and a bottle of Coke next to me, because I feel like we're going to need it today.
Probably.
Yes.
So, what do you think our chances are of finding a Johnny today? You know, it's honestly lower than you'd think.
It's possible. Mima, we need to get the ghosts out. Get the ghosts out. That'll probably boost our chances. Get the psychic power going.
I mean, with the name tapped out, it's well, it's certainly possible.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're on the 3rd case, man. Do you know what? We play this so infrequently now. It feels like we've been playing this forever.
I can't even remember what planting evidence. Oh, that was one where the person fell off the building site, wasn't it?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
That was one where Mitch made a surprise appearance.
Yes. No, I thought the first one he made a surprise appearance. This and that one was a planned
Did
one.
he?
Yeah.
I only remember him being on the building site one.
No, yeah. He sort of popped in for the first one, didn't he? That was the unexpected one, and then we got the amazingly timed Wilhelm scream in the second one.
It's true. It's true.
It was brilliant. It's a shame I couldn't. Oh no, we did clip it. We did get it one.
I was going to say it's immortalized because YouTube doesn't expire like Twitch does.
No. So yeah, you might, in the live chat, guys, you might see a clip feature. It's like little scissors at the top. Anything funny, do take a clip and do share it with me on Twitter, or just link it in the... You might be able to put links in the description, I don't know. But yeah, do have a go, because yeah, I did have a good old laugh at that Wilhelm scream one. I watched it too.
It was absolutely tremendous.
Yeah, I watched it quite a few times, I'm not gonna lie. It was like that meme when he's like, it's beautiful, I've been looking at this for 5 hours. It was literally like that. Belzadil, I'm only ever here to annoy people and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of honey roasted peanuts. Oh god, what a curveball. I'm glad to say as well that the control pad, the charger for it's still working, so that seems to be doing its job. And,
yes, I remember you having issues with
that. Yeah.
That was why one of these got sidetracked a bit.
That was the whole reason why we started doing Jurassic Park, to be fair. Yes. Right, guys. Just a quick heads up as well. Actually, to be fair, I think only Vicar's probably the only one who didn't comment during the premiere, but obviously I've released a new true crime video today, so do share that around if you've already seen it, if you know people that might be interested in that sort of stuff, and if you haven't watched it, I suggest going to check it out at the end of this stream, because
yeah,
it's quite an unknown case. Although I think one of the guys commented afterwards saying that they'd actually seen the video, they were aware of this case. There were like a couple of like TV documentaries about it. I've already clicked the start of the stream. Good stuff. Vicar's on duty. But yeah, like I'd seen no like true crime YouTubers cover it, and it definitely fit the bill. So yeah,
like I say, I'm very behind on your videos. me and the girlfriend sat down a couple weeks ago to try and get to a bunch of them, and we could only manage 2 before we were like, right, this is really, really fucking rough. We need to take a break now.
Yeah, what you need to do is you need to do like a couple of them and then watch a comedy or 2, and then go back to them and then yeah. Because sometimes
it was the one with the dad who set fire to his own house that just
Philpott.
The dickheads on welfare scamming the system rung a little bit too close to home for the both of us, so we kind of had to just be like,
yeah,
no, we can't go any further than that.
Yeah.
Take a break there.
I love it though, because he thought he'd be smart and try and use the media to try and get a bigger house.
Yeah,
and it completely backfired because he went to places like The Sun, who were like,
he got interviewed by like Anne Widdecombe, and it took me a minute like, oh, that's the person who was in the Brexit party. I thought I recognised her.
Yeah, she did a documentary, like a.
I'm very tempted to hunt that one down and watch it at some point.
Yeah, she did a documentary and featured him, and
he seemed like a really like textbook psychopath.
Oh, absolutely, he's a complete and utter narcissist. Yeah.
You can be a narcissist without being a psychopath.
I think you can do a bit of both. What detectiving is on this morning? Also, bonk zen. I don't have the sound effect, so I'll just go bonk. All right. But actually, I think it's important that we shield your streams on Twitch because, especially
on Sunday nights, we've been having some fun there. We've been on LA Noire.
Yes, yeah. Although, that was oh, mate, I forget what day of the week it is.
It was literally just last night.
Yeah, I sort of jumped on for a little bit. I was too tired to stay on. I'm really sorry. I was working on my video and stuff.
No worries.
But
in fairness, as I pointed out, like you recently played the game, so you're getting the part where you just know all the spoilers. Whereas for me, it's like I've got hazy memories from years ago.
Yeah.
The Vice cases are so fucking hard. Like, I cannot get people on lies in this. Like, I'm always getting the wrong evidence.
It is tricky, especially like with the expressions, the facial expressions, because you kind of got to be like a body language expert to try and get that sort of it 100%.
It's more just knowing which specific evidence the game wants you to call someone on when you've got like multiple choices.
Yeah, and.
The guy, like, oh, how can you tie me into the morphine distribution? And I just kind of look at him, and then I look behind me, and I see this box that I've literally just opened in front of his face with a mountain of morphine syrettes inside. And I'm just like, well, that's a pretty good one. And it goes, no, you're meant to mention a person recently who told on someone else as being part of the morphine. She's like, what? Actually, in fairness, that apparently was, I went out of order. You're meant to go to the guy with the radio first, and then you go to the guy with the jukebox machine.
Yeah, there are some of that. Yeah, there are some parts of that game where if you don't go to a specific location first, then you'll not get questions, even if, and I did this, I won't say where, but there was one point where I had to go to a specific place first. I decided not to, and went to another location. Sort of realised about halfway, maybe I should go to the other place. I went there, completed that bit, went back and still didn't get the question that I was hoping to get. So you have to watch out for that, yeah. Right, we've got 9 people in here. I think we should get cracking.
It's a decent number. It's about how much I normally get on a good night.
Let's go.
You have to remember, I've got a bit more of a sensitive mic now, so me playing Euro Truck, you might be able to hear that in the background.
Yeah, guys, let us know what you think of Denzel's new microphone. I think he sounds weird.
There's a little bit of echo to it, and also it does just fix my voice.
Shalom.
Because the voice you've heard for the longest time is my mic, like adjusting my voice to be higher pitched. This is my actual voice.
Yeah.
So this is you guys hear me realistically.
That's what I'm saying. I'm so used to hearing you through a grainy microphone that actually hearing your actual voice is just a bit of an experience.
Yeah. I think my favorite comparison was back when I did a YouTube video and I recorded the outro on my shitty mic, but I'd record the full video on this mic, so you can hear it back to back, and I'm just like, oh god, really can't hear it.
International hotel conglomerate. That's true. The Marst Corporation.
Oh dear.
Mary was certainly Daddy's little girl. Well, this family has seen its
That
share of
is,
tragedy
I can't tell if
recently.
she's meant to
What
have a
is it,
skin
2 years ago,
condition
Frank
or
lost
if that's
his wife
just the
Ellen
texture
died in
the
a
game's
skiing
using.
accident over in Europe.
Yeah.
And Frank's will hands
She has
over the
a,
family
she,
business
her
to
leg,
Mary,
the skin in her
only to have
legs
her
did not
nearly
look
die in a
pleasant.
car accident. She suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns all over her
Oh,
body.
there we go.
I don't think she was
Okay.
expected to live, and that was over a year ago.
Well, you gotta hand it to her. She always defied expectations. She was pretty tough.
So tough, maybe someone just got tired of waiting.
Oh, Jesus. Right, okay. Let's talk over this so we don't get copyright strike. Because we... Okay, there we go.
Mary's hospice nurse and her stepsister Jane Barrett found her like this. I'll let you guys go to work. If you need anything, you know where to find me.
Okay,
This is
partner.
why I like Twitch, because
What do you mean,
generally,
yeah?
unless you're actually playing, like, directly copyrighted music, you're not going to get in the shit for just game stuff.
Yeah.
They're quite good about that.
Let's have a look over here.
Have you ever seen one of these before? It's a device used with an IV to monitor a patient's dosage of medication.
That looks a bit
it
smashed
looks
up.
as though if Mary were experiencing some pain, she could just push this little button here,
Oh,
and the
yes.
regulator would release a dose of morphine into her IV.
I can attest to that. It's a very, very
See
good
this?
machine.
There's a serial number right along the broken seam here. So if we put these pieces back together at the lab, we should be able to read it.
Here, desiccated limbs. A CSI game. Yes. There is a CSI game. There's 3 of them. Well,
This is the third one.
this
We're
is the-
actually
this is
nearly
the
finished
third
with
one.
them.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the IV.
We've been playing these
with
games for a
morphine.
while now, like 6
So
months
there
or
has to be
something,
a
probably.
switch inside that regulator unit, which prevents a patient from overdosing.
Oh, is that a fingerprint? Lovely.
Oh, nice.
That's an excellent print.
That's a beautiful print.
Against something like that, you will be able to get good ones, actually.
Medical notes? Oh, no, not check them. Okay. Say cheese. How's the stream coming through
So
for
once
you?
we've processed the scene,
then?
we'll call Robbins and arrange
Same
for
as
the body
usual,
to be
muted,
transferred
but,
to
you
the
know,
coroner's office.
everything
We'll get a better
looks
look
fine.
at the body at autopsy.
Sweet.
Now remember, if we had to abide by the standard rules of being the on-site detective, steal the photographer's car, because his car is very nice.
Yes.
I have a bad habit of stealing the photographer's car in LA Noire because it's a really nice car.
I'll say you were driving around in an ambulance last night. Slaps roof of
That-
dead girl. This bin can hold so many doses of morphine.
Jesus.
Wow.
Well, that's a
Excuse
good
us,
one
miss.
to make, to be
Over at
honest.
the Las
Yeah.
Vegas Crime Lab, we'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind. Starting with your name,
I
please.
feel like the graphics
I'm
look different on
Pauline
this.
Liu. I'm Mary's hospice nurse.
You reckon?
But I suppose you might have been able to guess that from the uniform.
No. Aren't the uniforms normally like green?
I guess if it's like a celebrity hospital.
Maybe.
Didn't they
That
say she was
is,
like the daughter of
or
someone rich?
was the unit which regulated Mary's morphine
Make sure it's not an
dosage.
avocado
The
smoothie drip.
mobility in the 2 fingers on her left hand allowed her to press the
Drip,
button on
you
the
say?
regulator. By breaking the regulator, there'd be no control over how much morphine Mary was receiving.
What does Nick look like a
There'd be
stroke
no way to
victim?
monitor
I can answer that
If Mary
question.
pushed
The
button
reason why
too
he looks like a
often,
stroke
then
victim
small
is because
safety latch
Telltale
inside
made
the
this.
regulator would engage.
Hmm.
The latch blocks any further signals into the mechanism dispensing the morphine. It's what prevents an overdose.
You found the body?
Yes, and Miss Barrett, that's Mary's stepsister. She and I found Mary. Like this.
What time did you discover?
About 7:45, I think. Miss Barrett visits us every Sunday and she usually arrives by 10 o'clock, but today she was early. She rang the bell about 7:30. Miss Barrett and I were together when we came into the room and found Mary, just like this. I was just devastated.
There's no way she could have done this to
it's
herself.
just not physically possible. Mary was burned over 75%
I swear that's the
of her
twist.
body. And we're talking about burns which were 2nd and 3rd
I'm not
degree.
gonna lie,
The
I
scar
am
tissue
very
was
much
so
rolling that this is
extensive,
gonna be
her
some kind of
mobility had
assisted
been limited to
suicide.
2 fingers on her left hand.
She was just living absolute life of pain, and she desperately asked someone who cares about her to help her out of it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm assuming.
Do you think she wanted to die?
It's hard for me to say this, but I do believe Mary wanted to die. It's a miracle she survived the car accident, but the quality of her life from that moment on was extremely poor.
Yeah.
Right.
It's difficult to imagine just how much physical pain she was in on a daily basis. We did as much as we could to ease that pain, but I know she's in a much better place now.
Hey, Jodie. Hey, desiccated limbs. Okay, but a nurse should be giving out HIPAA info. She could have killed her, and the US would have a loopholes for her to get away with it. Hey, Maverick, how you doing?
Could she talk at all?
No, the damage to her vocal cords
Can
was
I
too
buy
severe.
your what?
And she couldn't move enough to
Cartilage.
sign either. Miss Barrett
That's
once
like the
purchased the
shit in
computer
my
from
ears,
her so she
right?
could
No.
literally talk through it. But
If
even
there's
though
one,
you could
I
operate
actually, this is
the
something
voice
I disagree with a
software
lot of
the
people
touch
on.
of a button,
You know that old thing
Mary
of like,
showed
oh,
no interest
if you could
in
only
it.
keep one of your senses, which one would it be? Or, you know, if you had to lose this or that, it's like I actually value my hearing so much more than my vision, which is what most people go with.
Right.
It's not like my music, and I don't know what my life would be like if I didn't have my music.
Here we go,
So
guys.
no.
That's a question for you in the. That's a question for you in the chat. If you had to lose 4 of your senses and only keep one of them, which would it be and why?
Are you
The
familiar
person who
with
says
the Nightingale
taste is
Pledge?
going to be the
It's
weirdest
an old nurse's
motherfucker.
take.
Oh,
Like
well
the
done. You just given
Hippocratic
Aprile's
Oath.
answer.
Part of it goes, I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous and will not take or
I'd be mute.
knowingly administer any
That's
harmful
not a
drugs.
sense. That's an
So in
ability.
answer to your question, no. I did not assist Mary in ending her life.
Oh, did she just go all Hippocratic on us?
Hmm.
I have a small room at the house. Family prefers I refer to it as the chalet. Anyway, when the family hired me, it was with the understanding that Mary required 24-hour care. I can't remember Mary ever having a call button, actually. I used to just check in on her 4 or 5
We
times a
hit
night.
Bono way more
But I
than
stopped
Ched
doing
would.
that a few
Wow.
months ago when the doctor was able to adjust the regulator to administer a dosage which allowed her to sleep peacefully through the night. I should have never have stopped checking in on her. Maybe I could have saved her.
Hmm.
Do you know what? I feel like Admiral Belzedeel's account is the British's alt one. This man seems to have done so much.
I will
Hey,
make no
Maverick, thanks for
assumptions.
subscribing, man.
No, Mr. Barrett, I mean John, Mary's brother, well, stepbrother, actually. I'm sorry, it's a little
What in
confusing.
the name of rich white person
He
is a
lives in the
chalet?
chalet. He told me he moved in right after they
I am not
decided
the
to
British.
take Mary
Okay,
out of the
okay.
hospital. She hadn't been expected to live
Takes
very
great
long.
offense to
They
that
thought it would be
accusation.
nice for her to live out the rest of her days looking out over the waters of Lake Merritt. He spent a lot of time with her.
Sims
every
3
day.
character models. Oh my
Talking
god.
to her.
Oh my
They
god,
were
that's
very
actually
close.
very accurate.
When
Yeah.
he couldn't revive Mary, Mr. Barrett got very upset.
That
and
reminds
left
me
house.
of the Costa Concordia
I don't know. I
video
took
where
care
like
of
loads of
Mary,
the
but I
character
was
people
not
he couldn't get
particularly
proper
close to
pictures
the
of.
family.
They were
I tried
just
to be
Sims
as
4
inconspicuous
characters.
in their lives as possible.
Thank you for your time, my lady.
Yes, of course.
Oh Jesus, Pelzadil, that's a bit rude.
Oh, hello. What's down here?
Shoe impressions? Left in mud? The mud's still moist. Fresh.
Hey, Tofu. What are we going to use? Snippy,
These
snippy.
muddy footprints have a very
Oh
distinct
Jesus.
That's a bit blatant, though, isn't it?
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh, a friend of mine's just linked me. Oh, crime guy. There may be a new video for you in the
Mostly.
works.
We have
Oh, God.
something else we'd like to ask.
Okay, so have
Yes?
did you play the Halo games that much?
no, I didn't, to be fair.
Okay, so this is probably outside of your wheelhouse, but you're aware of the character of Cortana. She's very much like iconic in gaming at this point.
Yes,
Right,
of course.
Uh,
So apparently her voice actress has just been murdered and someone's been arrested in connection to it.
What?
Yep. It's also apparently the voice actress for Mercy in Overwatch.
No way.
Yeah, my friends just messaged me an article by Game Rant about it. Brazilian voice actress Christina Louise was best known in the gaming community for her voice acting work as Cortana in Halo, Mercy in Overwatch, Helen Lovejoy in The Simpsons,
Oh, no.
and Severe from League of Legends. She passed away on August 6, 2021. The voice actress was 49, and she's likely been murdered in the city of Rio de Janeiro. And then he's put certified Brazil moment.
No way. That's mad. That's mad.
That's mental. You can't do the Halo series as true crime.
That'd be the second Simpsons voice actor that got murdered. Yeah, it would be, actually. Who was the first? What was the name of the first one?
There's
oh my
another
god.
one. Really?
Yeah. There was a guy. Yeah, he got murdered by his wife, I think it was. Please, someone in the chat, tell me the name. I'm gonna I'm gonna kick myself.
Phil Hartman.
Phil Hartman, that's it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got killed by his wife.
I'm trying to find out. He was homicide by gunshot. Oh Jesus, that's pretty open and shut.
Yeah. There's more footprints here.
Apparently, he helped create Pee Wee Herman.
Oh really?
Yeah. Apparently, Paul
You
Rubens
should
would
compare these
attribute
footprints
the
to the
development
ones
of
we
Pee Wee
pulled from the
Herman.
next
Oh wow.
Him, he co-wrote his film, and he was a side character
Like
on the show.
anyone you know?
Right.
Maybe not.
Oh, that was Troy
This
McClure.
bust
Oh
is the late
no!
Frank
I
Marsh,
like Troy McClure.
Mary's father. Looks like it's made of solid
Oh no!
bronze.
Shit,
Oh.
that sucks. I never knew about that. That happened before, like that part when I was a baby as well. I just wasn't aware that happened.
There is an oof there.
No fluids here.
Right. Yeah, he got shot in the head. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's fucking... Dude, that's crazy. The fact that happens to someone who, like, to a degree I'm aware of.
fingerprints here.
Like, you know, normally it's like, oh yeah, that's certainly a person who exists.
That's
I don't know
We'll be
them,
able to
but
compare those
I
marks back
know
to
of them.
lab.
It's like, oh no,
Not
fucking,
bad
I
for a
love Chris
preliminary
Cortana.
assessment.
I love Halo.
What's
Fuck
next?
yeah. It's okay, said no one was accusing you of shooting Phil Hartman.
Although, where were you when Phil Hartman was shot?
In a crib in Newcastle.
In a crib. You mean a cot, right?
Either or.
Oh, I don't want to talk to her yet. Let's go upstairs. I'm a bit scared, man. This looks very daunting.
Yeah, that's mental. So yeah, like I mean, depending how things go, that could be a potential Crime Guy episode for you.
I think we might have to. I'll have a look at that. I've actually started planning for some Halloween stuff, but I'm thinking I might. I already know what I'm going to do for Halloween. I've had that planned in my mind since last year. I missed out on the opportunity because I literally I'd only just started doing the true crime stuff at the time, so I didn't really have much sort of experience. But now I want to do it this year. But I'm thinking of doing like some spooky viral stuff that sort of happened around that time, and maybe cover a couple of like really weird and creepy cases at that time. May not necessarily be true crime related, but guys, let me know what you think. Right.
So it's okay. So it wasn't her. This wasn't like the main voice actress for these characters. It was her, the one who like did the Brazilian dubs for them essentially. But yeah,
Right.
still dreadful. Still
Yeah,
dreadful.
definitely.
But also it's Brazil. It's as my friend pointed out, a bit of a Brazil moment, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the arrest's been made now.
I'll have to get on that. The speculations Dan
Castellaneta.
was almost assassinated by a disturbed fan wanting to replace him as Homer. But that's just a rumour and Fox has denied it happened. What on earth?
What the fuck?
Oh, snap.
I was very young when the first Halo was out. I played it on my stepdad's Xbox, and he had to help me get through the final level because I could never beat them all.
Right. I don't want to talk to her just yet, but I feel like I need to.
Halo's a game I'd love to walk through with you. That'd be fun. It's like the Boomer and the Zoomer playing through
Yeah.
a kind of a Gen X game. So it's like
Yeah.
we're both the wrong we're both kind of the wrong era for it, but oh well.
I feel like, oh yeah, we're going to have to talk to her, aren't we?
That's like saying the lead singer of a Kiss tribute band got
Miss
killed.
Barrett,
Oof.
what would the Las Vegas
Desiccated
crime
limbs.
lab?
Jesus.
I know you're upset, but we'd like to
Oh
ask you a
no,
few
be on the
questions if
pail.
you don't mind.
No, we're
Of
sticking
course,
to the
officer.
ghosts.
Whatever I can do to help.
You found the body?
That's correct. Mary's nurse and I
No,
discovered
you
the
cannot
body
have my
this morning.
cartilage, Maverick Hunter. Stop asking this. Why?
7:30 this morning, maybe 7:45. I'm not exactly certain. Yes, she was lying almost exactly like this, but the nurse and my brother John did try resuscitating
Okay, Belzadil,
her,
but why
so
do
the
you
body
always
may
wear
have
a
been
suit? That
jostled
is
a
pretty
bit.
sus.
I made sure none of us moved anything else because I understand the importance of not disturbing a crime scene.
I'm not gonna lie, if I knew someone who always wore a suit, I'd be pretty fucking weirded out. I'd call them
Her
weird.
morphine regulator was smashed. Mary couldn't do that. Poor thing could only move 2 fingers on her left hand.
Dear.
God bless her. I pray she's in a better place now.
Do you think Mary wanted to die?
Anyone living like this would want to die. Not Mary. She was a fighter.
I don't know,
and she
Mira.
was a
I'm trying to
real
ask him.
inspiration to me. When I
But
moved
the sales
away
have
from here,
quadrupled.
I
We could
thought
make a
I'd never
fortune on
come
the
back.
markets.
But after Mary's
I
accident,
see.
I started
He
flying
wants your
in from
car
LA
allergies
every
for
Sunday.
investment
I
purposes.
swear to you, as God is my witness, Mary wanted to live.
You flew from...
Yes, I live in Los Angeles. I work for a public relations firm. But like I said, I fly out to
So
visit Mary every
my
Sunday.
brain just made me search
Yes, that's
cartilage
right.
black
I'm
market
sure
on
you've heard of
Google, and
my
now I know for a
stepfather.
fact I'm on
The
a watch list.
self-proclaimed
Excellent.
Tells
Thanks, Maverick.
The bust is almost as imposing and impressive as the man himself. He and my mother died less than a year after it was commissioned. They were skiing in the Swiss Alps. I can tell you, everyone was shocked when the living will entrusted Mary to step in as the acting CEO of Marst Hotel and Entertainment.
Why were you surprised Mary stepped in as acting CEO?
Well, needless to say, no one thought a party girl could take over the reins of a multinational travel and leisure conglomerate, including me. But I have to admit, we were all wrong. Tragically, the very same night she announced her retirement and appointed her successor, she crashed her car.
The auto accident is the reason she was in this condition? We've already
Yes, it
established
is.
that.
She was so badly burned, the doctors told us she wouldn't live through the night. I'll never forget the look on my brother's face when he heard the doctor say that.
How did you feel when you heard Mary wasn't going to last the night?
It's all impossibly difficult to describe to you. I mean, first our parents, and then Mary? It was almost too much to bear. But the way she fought, she was stronger than anyone could have guessed. She wanted to live.
Yes, Burn Lady is the centre focus. She is the one who has been offed.
Yeah.
Mary's
Someone
nurse let me in,
basically
and
overdosed
it
on
was just like
morphine
my
while
normal
by
Sunday
smashing
visit.
the
I
machine that was
wanted
meant
to tell Mary
control
about
it.
my promotion. And then, as soon as I saw her, I knew something was wrong. I could tell by the
So,
paleness of her skin.
She
I think I
looks like that
screamed,
because of the
and
car
nurse
accident.
Screamed, and that's when John
But
ran in, and we
yeah,
tried to
She's
revive
dead
her.
now, likely not because of that. They're sort of
The
exploring
burn victim was her state of life
Yeah.
up until now. It was a morphine overdose that killed her.
Yeah. Brother John? Your brother John was here that hang on. Your brother John was here that early on a Sunday morning? My man, he should have been in church.
This is the family's chalet. When we all decided to bring Mary back here to spend her final days in peace, my brother John decided to move in too, so he could be with her and help take care of her. He and Mary were very close. Much closer than he and I.
Oh dear, they weren't close.
No, we're not particularly close. Well, let's just say we have very different views about money.
Okay.
Very different values about it. Growing up as an only child, Mary had always wanted a little brother, and John was more than happy to be spoiled by her.
Fair enough. So where is he now?
I have no idea. He ran out of here, and I haven't seen him since.
He just ran.
Thank you for your time, Miss Barrett. We'd like it if you could remain here in Las Vegas until we have a better idea of what happened to your stepsister, okay?
All right, officers. Whatever you think is best.
You stay here. Right, I think we've done everything we can do here. So let's Commie Booker.
I'll call Robbins, tell him to send somebody down here to pick up the body. And I'll make sure the officers hold the scene for us, just in case we need to come back here.
In other words, we're coming back here. Did he want a sugar mummy? This seems... Hello, Torva. This seems like such a pointless, like, murder, though, doesn't it? Like, she was already on death's door as it was.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm assuming that it's an assisted suicide.
Right.
That's what I'm like, you know, operating under.
Yeah.
You don't need a statue to break a PCA. Yeah, but you need something to do it. Otherwise, if you're doing it with your fists, you're gonna leave fucking skin particles and possibly blood, depending on how weak you are.
Yeah. Oh,
You gotta
God,
use
oh
something.
my God.
And but it could also imply some kind of hatred of the man that was used, that the statue was of.
Yeah.
Although that's entirely
Yeah, I'm gonna put that there.
what's the term? Me guessing.
Speculating?
Term for it. That's the one. Speculation.
Oh my God. Oh no, that goes there. That doesn't. Oh, that. Oh,
Well,
okay.
nothing's perfect. In fairness, I think that it might be a bit forgiving because like it's a bit bent out of shape as it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. You don't have to stick it on exactly. That's quite good.
All right.
There we go.
I should
Accurate, I
be able to read
suppose.
the serial number. I'd collect those bits of metal too. They weren't part of the regulator.
Right. Okay, that's that. Just making sure there's no other. Right.
Oh, I've seen this, Vicar. This is amazing. I saw this on Twitter.
Oh no, we didn't get any DNA, did we?
Yeah, of course.
Let's get these processed. Dual motive, everyone wins. I knew a guy that got blood poisoning in his hand from punching a guy with. Oh! He lost his. Jeez Louise, man. No way.
That's pretty awful.
That's well harsh. See, this is why I'm a
There's-
lover, not a fighter.
Just goes to show, wear your fucking leather gloves if you're gonna get into a fist fight.
Yeah. There. Nope. Okay, but we want 5. Oh. Gotcha. Why was that only a partial print? When it came out, it was. Oh. Okay, that sounds a bit authoritarian. Protesting without a permit.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is a thing that everywhere has. It's like that's probably a very Vegas thing, considering that
Yeah.
they're like, their tourism is such a
the print
big
on the
deal.
bottle matches
You know, if
Jane
you,
Barrett.
no
Says
one's
here
gonna
she
want
was
to go to a
arrested 6
casino if
months
there's
ago
people
as part of a
protesting outside. It
death
just
with
fucks the
dignity
whole thing up.
demonstration in
Oh,
Carson City.
did you hear that? She was arrested. Well, of course you didn't hear it, but
No.
she was arrested as part of a death with dignity protest.
I will say that if that was the fingerprint off of the bag, then that is entirely circumstantial. Considering she literally lived with her, it's entirely could mean that she just moved.
That's the
she
record
just,
of Mary
replaced the
Mar's
bag one
morphine
day.
usage. Take a look
You
at
know,
the line
considering
of
she, like-
continuous usage
Was she
during the
sort of
last
caring
entry.
for her as
I'd
well?
be surprised if that's
She
not
lived
our
in the
cause
same
of
building,
death
so-
right
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
It could, that's entirely circumstantial. It's not evidence of anything.
Oh, there you go. Oh, was it Friday and Saturday? She was going crazy with it. Or was it Saturday? Hold on. Saturday 9:10.
Is this like button presses of? Oh yeah, this is morphine.
Yeah,
presses,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So
Oh, there
Friday
you go.
she Friday
but-
she went. mental
Oh
with it.
no, yeah, but look at the bottom one. Look at the Sunday one. That line just goes up and then stays there.
Yeah, that must be the machine getting broken, so it couldn't stop giving it to her.
Yeah. Hey Grimstone, how you doing? You
Well,
alright?
that gives us a time of death, if nothing else.
Yeah.
That is that will all but nothing give us the time of death.
Okay. Let's play with this.
Fucking hell, desiccated limbs.
Macroscopic comparison.
That is quite a story.
My husband's godfather was pissed drunk at a bar. Whoa, okay. Called the guy. No.
Well, he was pissed drunk.
Although, to be fair, one of my mates has had a gun put to his head, but he didn't call the other
Fucking
guy.
hell.
Yeah. And we've had nice pulled on us and stuff like that, but you know, that's part of growing up where I'm from. It's fine. But yeah, no, he didn't. To be fair, he didn't call the other guy a pussy, and he didn't get shot in the throat. So he's all right, I take it. I hope. Well, I hope. Jesus, man.
I have had a very sheltered life. I mean, I live in Newcastle. I've never had like a knife pulled on me,
Same
so I
tread,
think I'm
same
pretty
size.
lucky.
So
Yeah,
whoever
man.
passed by the bronze bust
So
of
someone
Frank
mugged me
Mars
for my
also
sled when I was a
approached
kid,
Mary
and that was
Mars to
about
her
it.
bed.
It was very upsetting to me at the time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It was a really good sled. It really annoyed me. And we never got it back because the fucking twat teenagers who did it just chucked it. And,
Yeah.
like, it was never found again. And I got a letter of apology for them, fat lot of good that fucking dude. I remember being really pissed about that. It's like, oh yeah, that helps. That makes it all better. Pricks.
Right.
Jesus, Mima.
I need to. Okay.
Everyone's just sharing really fucked stories that's happened to them and like friends now.
Jesus. Well, I mean, I can. Oh no, hang on.
Kicked in the chest by a horse, broke 3 ribs and lacerated your liver. Fucking hell.
That's good to hear that he's good, man. That was. I mean. Ooh. Ooh. What am I doing? There we go. Right, reset that. Let's go.
I think the biggest problem with the case that I was on last night,
It's
the
a
first
match.
Vice one,
That
is
bronze
that like,
trace we found
I
in the
didn't really
broken regulator
understand
pieces came from
what
that
the
bronze
numbers
bust of
were.
Frank Mars.
Yeah.
The
But they have,
evidence
like,
suggests
number
someone took
slips,
the
and I was
bust
like,
from
right,
the front room and
but
used
I
it to
don't know
break
what
open the
these are, and I
regulator.
don't know what the
Then they
legality of
removed
these
the
things
morphine
are. I
control
need
inside.
more context.
Then the murderer pushed the button on the regulator to give Mary an
That
overdose
can be
of
one of the
morphine.
problems with being,
If
you know,
Mary was
just
awake,
an Englishman.
she would have been
Yeah.
And
forced
a
to
modern
lie there,
Englishman
see it
as
all
well. It's like, I
happen.
don't know what this
Helpless.
thing even is.
Man, hearing about these stories about people getting broken ribs, getting shot in the throat, stabbed, I feel like my life's been quite boring.
I know, right?
I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, the most I can say is I've had an anastomotic bulbar urethroplasty, but I don't advise you Google that.
I heard urethra, and that's all I need to know.
Yeah. We'll leave it there.
I was born with a flap of skin in like sort of the top of my, like the bottom of my throat, the top of my chest. So when I was only a few days old, I had to get surgery, and I've got a scar for it. And that's it. It was literally just a flap of skin blocking my my food tube, so
Yeah.
they had to cut it. That was it. Very, very basic, but I've got a scar to prove it, and that's about it. Aside from that, I had some problems with my ears when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's about it. Just standard kid things, to be honest. I was very sheltered.
That's almost 100%
Yeah, man.
bronze.
Got a nice old scar on the top of my head where I hit my head on a brick wall, having a race with my mate, and our legs got all tangled up. And it was quite funny because I remember I hit, obviously I bashed my head against this brick wall, and my mate was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I put my hands on my head, obviously, because I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Oh my god, I got a dent in my head." And I looked, like there's a proper dent in my head, and I looked down, and my hand was just covered in blood, like crimson all over. And my mate has just pegged it, ran off. But I thought he was abandoning me, but to be fair, he actually ran off
he
to
running
go.
for help?
He was
Yeah.
running. Yeah, he ran to go and get my mum. But so I've ran into my other mate's house and I couldn't find anybody, and then I sort of went back outside and sat by the wall, just literally sitting there, blood just pouring out of me. And this little boy, bless him, must have been about 5 or 6 at the time, and he came over to me and the first thing he says was, "Are you okay?"
Oh,
And I know, right? And
no!
I know, and I looked up at him and I was just like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "Come with me, my mum will help." And so get up, then I sort of walk over, and again, bless this little lad. He turns around, he's like,
So how old were you at the moment? Like 17 or something?
No, I was about 11, 10 or 11 when I did this. And this little boy takes me into his house, right? And he says to his mum, "Mum, this boy's cut his head," thinking that, and so she was like, go and get a plaster, right? Thinking that I've just sort of scratched myself or something. I've walked in like looking like I'd taken a chair shot from Steve Austin.
Yeah,
and she just looks at me, looks at her mum who was visiting. She was like, "Get the towels," and they literally grab me like just by the back of the neck and just like pretty much throw me into their kitchen sink, and they're just like cleaning me up and everything. And then my mum's come in. She's seen me burst out into tears, and I'm like, "You all right, mum?"
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I've never had anything close to that.
I've still got the scar to this day, and there's a nice little bald patch at the top where the hair won't grow back.
I've smacked me off plenty of things, to be honest. I just apparently have a really durable fucking head. There's a really distinct memory from when I was young where I was learning to ride my bike and I rode right into a wall. Like straight into a wall on my bike. And I just like, I didn't even bleed. I just kind of bounced off and just went, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
I'm just weirdly durable, I guess.
Right, let's quickly go through some of these stories. I was stabbed through the palm with a half pair of scissors and had 2 vertebrae crack with a pole, and all they managed to do was pee me off. I tell you what, actually, you just reminded me. One of my mate's cousins fell out their window, and you know, like outside you get those tables with the umbrellas.
Yes.
She went through that. That went through her.
Oh, there's like wiring in them.
Impaled her. It was obviously it was shut at the time, but yeah, luckily missed.
Oh, Jesus!
Yeah, impaled her full on. Luckily, missed every major organ.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it made the news in the local area. It was quite mad. Yeah, it's not every day you get a kid like impaled by. Yeah, she sort of opened the window and lost her balance as she was opening it and just went straight out.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, scary times.
Empirical evidence that Zen is thick and a woman. Surely you've known this already.
Bilbo, while we're at it, I dabbed the driver's side of my car. Well, you're dabbing, that's the first thing you did wrong. Into a lamppost early this year and came within a foot of smearing my brains on it. Ugh. I got attacked. Oh, hang on. Go back. I got attacked with a hammer in London, if we're sharing our tragedies.
That's a London moment.
Elaborate gently. One of my dad's friends back in the Shire got thrown off a horse and dropped on an abandoned combine harvester blade. I don't know if you're joking, Belzadil. That's the thing. I need you to confirm if that's serious.
That does sound like that could definitely be something that could just happen in like farmlands, to be honest. That absolutely sounds possible.
Husband BMX'd entangled with another bike. The handlebar went through his hip, out his butt cheek. Oh! He got blood poisoning and now has low immune defense from it. Wow. Still didn't get corona.
Oh
no.
Oh, what a chad.
On the bright side, you've got an excuse for the ball patch. So, yeah, this is true.
I like Rory's point. Those are the days we had a high trust society. Yeah, man. In fairness, I think any kid would do that for another kid, though. You know.
Beyond the power. Right, everyone here is half dead due to stupidity. I'll light a candle. Could we move on? Yes, let's.
Except for me, I was a smart kid.
Alright, let's go and get that interrogate. Let's go and get this protester arrested.
So what was going on with the like inheritance stuff with her? Like she had to take over from someone or something. I missed a lot of that.
Yeah, her and her brother have got a bit of a dispute about how money's spent. So yeah. Belzadil, okay, I need you to confirm if that harvester story was is true or if you're just mucking about, mate, because I can never tell with you, my dude. We need a warrant for Jane
What
Barrett.
evidence do you have?
we got them
Prints
fingerprinties.
on the bottle of
Mima
morphine
keeps
belong to
confusing the
Ms.
shit out of
Barrett?
me because they're referring to
Well,
Beyond
until
the
Doc
Pale as
Robbins gives us the
Haley,
results
but then
of
there's
the
someone in my
autopsy,
community called
we can't
Pally.
even think
So
about it.
I keep getting
But maybe
really
Ms.
confused.
Barrett
Like,
will
wait,
come here
what?
voluntarily
When
to
the
fuck did
answer
Pally
some more
get here?
questions. No harm in asking her, right?
No, I'm the same as you, Vic. I've never had any of this kind of shit happen to me. The detective and the lawyer were the two fucking wusses, and then everyone else is like a proper working class lad
you for coming
who's
in
like nearly
voluntarily,
fucking
Miss
killed
Barrett.
himself at some
Of
point. in the
course,
past.
officers. I'm happy to
Also,
help
press
with your
X to
investigation.
doubt for Zen being a smart kid.
I was a smart kid.
Be
The
honest
problem
with
was
you,
that I
I'm
kept that
uncomfortable
same
with
level
her
of intelligence
appearance.
to being an
She's
adult, which
trashy.
means I'm a stupid
She
adult.
wears that
I was a
nurse's
smart
uniform
kid,
more
but a
like a
stupid
stripper
adult.
than a caregiver.
Ah, yeah, of
However,
course, yeah.
John seems to think she does a good job.
Yeah, Beyond the
and
Pale,
Mary
talking about Shaun
approved
of the
of her.
Dead because of the impaling story. You know that scene with that woman, that zombie woman who works in
Oh,
like, the supermarket. So okay, some friendly doctors and engineers wanted my wallet when I used to work in London. I told them to piss off, and they didn't take kindly to my tone, and had brought their lucky hammer with them. Ah, okay.
Fucking hell, gently.
Vicar, I won that. I won that, right? I
Bashed
won
your
that.
head. No, he's talking about me. I think he's talking about
of
me.
course not. Mary had already passed by the
When
time
I
got
cycled
here.
it into a wall. Yeah,
Right.
but I like I say, I clonked right off it. Again, yeah, I suppose that could just be me being lucky more than me being being
I'm
careful.
sorry, I thought you meant today. I did change her morphine when it ran out during my visit last week.
What's your stand on euthanasia?
Euthanasia? Well, it's one of those... In theory, it sounds like something which could be a good thing, but in practice, what scares me is the opportunity for abuse. Kids offing their grandparents in order to inherit
She's
the
not
money to buy a
wrong.
new cell phone? No, I'm opposed
But in
to it.
fairness, a grandkid isn't going to be the only person in charge of doing it for their
Yeah.
grandparents.
She's still lying though, because why did she do that
Miss
protest?
Barrett, are you aware that your fingerprints are on record because you were arrested 6 months ago at a death with dignity demonstration in Carson City?
I wish I could chalk that up to youthful indiscretion, but obviously I was old enough to know better. Suffice it to say, my politics 6 months ago had
Ow.
more to do with my personal relationships than my personal
Fucking hell.
beliefs. I don't mean to suggest that there's anything wrong with the death with dignity people. It's just that I wasn't really with them, if you know what I mean. And honestly, having lived with Mary like this for all this time, I can't say I could make a decision like that. Especially because
Oh,
even though she can't
limbs.
speak, I know
Limbs,
Mary wants to
no.
live. I know that very much in my heart.
Ms. Barrett, could you tell us your whereabouts for the last 24 hours?
I live in Los Angeles. I come up here to visit with Mary once a week. I flew up here
Tell you
this
what,
morning.
desiccated limbs is
By
a
that look on your
appropriate
face, I'd
fucking
imagine
name for
you'd
someone
also
who
like
had
to
that
know if
happen.
anyone can
Quite
verify
literally,
what
yeah.
I'm saying, but I
Also,
don't
can I
think
just
anyone
say,
I know
Nick has
saw
like
me.
the smuggest
Oh,
face
wait.
on him when
Hold
he's
on.
just in the
Actually,
interrogation
I have
room.
this
Yeah.
excellent home security setup.
I got on it and it was fine.
Superior
Went home.
systems. You see the way it works? You're either in the away setting with the motion detectors on,
Wait,
or the
wait,
home
her-
setting with them
Her,
off.
her home
They gave
security
me an
system is
application
called
with my cell phone that
SSS.
tracks
Oh
when
dear.
I'm home and when I'm away. I can send what it recorded for the last 24 hours to you,
This is a
and you'll be able to
first.
see I was
Ow,
home
man, that's
right up
bad.
until I left for my flight this morning.
Ooh.
Okay. Send us those records, Ms. Barrett. But we'll still have to authenticate them. with your
Euthanasia
security
was right,
company.
but Countdown to Extinction
Well,
was
just
better.
got the records for Jane Barrett's security system
think
from Superior
Bellsville
Security.
said something as well. The 96
to
album
check
was
out.
alright.
According to the records, Ms. Barrett was at
Oh,
home last
the second
night at
album was
11.
total sellout.
You know, the Mars family is still a pretty powerful
DMs
player
aren't
in
really
this
a
state.
thing on
It's
YouTube
pretty much
anymore.
an
You
open
may need to
secret
go
that John
Discord
Barrett
for
was
that
set
Bells
to
deal.
inherit everything
Yeah.
after
You can
Mary
track
Morse
the crime
died.
guy down on
Jane
Discord.
Barrett wasn't even going to get a little something for the effort.
Well, being left out of the will is a possible motive, but what do we think about Jane helping Mary end her own life? Trying to give her death with dignity?
You know what death with dignity is? It means you don't drool.
What?
I think when you have a family with a lot of money to fight over, I don't trust any of them. But if
I don't
Doc
trust them.
Robbins tells us the time of death clears Jane Barrett, then I'll move on to the next best suspect, family member or not.
I wasn't
Vault
finished with
Insurance
that one.
Company was only too happy to provide us with their claim file on Mary Marst's accident.
Hey, Robbins here.
Oh.
Sorry if I slowed you down any, but I was finally able to determine your victim's time.
Internet
of death.
historian, ladies and gentlemen.
You're looking at somewhere around 11 p.m.
Well, we already
last
knew that
night.
because we literally
Why don't you meet
found
me in
the
morgue
like
when you
records
get
of
there? We
the
can go
like
over the rest of the
beeper
autopsy
being
results.
just pinged essentially.
Hmm.
So we already knew it was about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we're going to finish off the interrogation because I think there was still a question to ask.
Thank you for coming in voluntarily, Miss Barrett.
Certainly. Anything I can do to help discover what happened.
My dad was Murphy's Law for real. Shot a nail gun building in our barn. Shot a nail gun building our barn. It pinged off a metal piece in the flat part.
Right, we need to stop this because I'm actually gonna throw up. No, I can't deal with eye stuff. It's just no, absolutely not.
Even though the family's resources are
That's
available
bad.
to me, I have tried very hard to remain self-reliant. Truthfully, my only indulgence is using the family plane to fly back and forth for my
We'll
Sunday
be visiting
visits.
a net historian
This
soon.
is my first time
Yes.
flying commercially. It was more frustrating than I'd expected. It took about 4 hours in actual travel time to get to Vegas. I mean, I could have just as easily driven here.
He doused the
but
fire pit in
you
gasoline
don't
and lit
really
while he
need
was
to
in
hear
it.
about any of this, right?
Oh my
Sorry.
god. Oh no. Goodbye.
Thank you for your cooperation,
Oh,
Miss
no.
Barrett. We may have some more questions for you at a later time, if that's all right with you.
No, not at all. Please don't hesitate to contact me.
Right.
What
Let's go.
the fuck?
Let's go and see off everyone's favorite side character. Bum 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 bum. There we go. Feet for you degenerates who like that sort of thing.
Thanks for waiting. Ms. Marst's previous injuries, which
can't believe
resulted
you
in
support that kind of
extensive
degeneracy.
hypertrophic scarring, made my job a lot more challenging than I'd expected. I'm sorry if I've slowed you down any.
You will be. Oh. Why can't I zoom in on the body? Oh, the thing on this is so slow.
Hello.
Hello.
Please feel free to take a closer look for yourself. I consider it peer review.
Alrighty.
Just because something walks like a duck and quacks like a duck doesn't mean we shouldn't assume it's a duck. The massive amounts of morphine found in the victim's system would lead one to expect death by overdose-related causes, and I did determine Ms. Marst's cause of death to be asphyxia due to morphine intoxication.
Mr. Benevolent,
Because the
you can send them
extensive
to
scar
at that
tissue in
crime
Ms.
guy,
Marst's lungs was
and I will just send them
hypertrophic.
straight to him.
It took a little while for me
Did
to
you
distinguish
see the real
morphine as
case of the
root
floating
cause of
feet
the
from
asphyxia,
Canada? Bones.
as opposed to a more general
Yes.
catastrophic failure
Yeah,
of the
so there's,
respiratory system due to her persistent
Wait for him
condition.
to finish
Is
speaking.
it just me, Doc, or did
Wait
this
for-
autopsy take a little longer than usual?
Yes, we've
Well,
already
Nick,
explained that.
it's just been a while since I examined a body with such severely burned tissues that hadn't been a contributing factor to COD.
Yeah, so yeah, the floating feet. So there's this case, or there's these stories of these particular sort of areas within Canada where feet would wash up on the shores, like in their trainers. You getting this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And nobody would know how they got there. They haven't identified everybody, but some people have been identified from them. You need to go look it up because it's quite yuck.
Right.
There is an explanation for it. But yeah, why the doctor cross-eyed as hell? He is, isn't he?
I estimate time of death to be somewhere around 11 p.m. last night. The problem I had with this one is, if you take a good look at the muscular atrophy, it presents like advanced rigor.
Oh.
These pressure ulcers and skin abrasions also led to some initial confusion over the degree of livor mortis. And finally, once I got Ms. Marst's medical records and saw she'd stopped eating solid food about 3 months ago, I knew I couldn't use any partially digested food to help set her time of death.
Man, you weren't kidding when you said this one was challenging.
Yeah, but that's what keeps the spark alive in this job. It's a good question, and I have no answer for you. Now, in a situation like this, where such a high dose of morphine is
My
involved,
bet's on Mima.
I look for signs of cadaveric spasm. Because when voluntary muscles are deprived of oxygen due to, say, strenuous activity, These muscles tend to seize up perimortem, and indications of cadaveric spasming,
Perimortem?
let's say in the hands
Before
or
death, I'm
arms,
assuming?
would tend to suggest the victim was in the midst of a struggle around the time of death.
Oh.
I looked for such indications.
Okay.
When I got the full tox report back, it seemed to me that the level of morphine in her system was so toxic, it probably caused her to slip very quickly into an unconscious state just prior to the total collapse of lungs. So, absent any
Total
indication
collapse
of
of the
cadaveric spasm,
lungs.
I concluded your victim's voluntary muscles were not engaged in any such strenuous activity perimortem. The more important point here is that whether this was a deliberate act of murder or an assisted suicide, Mary Marst's death was the result of a homicide.
Oh,
Definitely a murder.
No, it would have been impossible.
yep.
Her medical
Definitely
records
suicide.
indicate Ms. Marst sustained multiple near-fatal injuries in a car crash. Apparently, she actually inhaled burning fuel, which obviously severely and permanently damaged her vocal cords.
Give us a fingerprints.
Sure, I collected them for you, as usual.
Yes, I'm sure those will be very useful.
Thanks for your help.
Anything I can do, feel free to take a closer look at the body yourself. Oh, almost forgot. There's a shard of some kind embedded in the back of her left hand. I left it for you.
I'm genuinely only here to lower the tone. Wow. So he's literally just told us that there's a shard. Oh, is it there?
Back for hand.
Oh, there we go.
Scar tissue here is extensive, as well as hypertrophic.
Hypertrophic. What does that mean?
Hyper means active. Labuba.
I have Googled,
Leopard.
don't worry.
Alright, there's the shard.
That's the shard I told you about.
Okay. Alright.
Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy is often caused by abnormal genes in the heart muscle, cause the walls of the heart chamber to contract harder and become thicker. Okay, I think it means basically that her skin was getting thicker than normal.
Right.
Which, yeah, when you've gotten burns, that'll happen. If you can't laugh at near-death experiences, why are we alive? It's a very good true. It's very, very true. yes.
Exactly.
I was about to say it's very true, or it's a very good point. I went with it's a very good true. Yes. You can tell I'm tired.
Okay.
Watch out.
I'm not tired. I've
This
slept
pretty
a
much
lot
backs
today.
up what Jane Barrett told us. She was home in Los Angeles last night. Pretty solid alibi. You may have something there. Jane comes to visit every Sunday, and every Sunday, Mary's morphine usage becomes
erratic.
The records
Ooh.
from Jane's security system indicate there was one Sunday when she stayed home. Now, don't you think it's odd she didn't happen to mention that one Sunday to us? It's also not reflected in Mary's pattern of morphine usage. It doesn't contradict Jane's alibi, but it's definitely worth keeping in mind.
Yes, Jane is looking more and more sus as we go.
I mean, all she said was she had a Sunday off.
Look at that achievement. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's the shard. Alright.
Let me guess, this shard's gonna blow this case wide open.
Yep. You know it. Gotcha.
Looks like an acetone and some hydrogen cyanide combined into
What are
fibers
all
of
of
an
those words?
ethylmethacrylate monomer and bonded with a similar but complex polymer of
You know these
transparent
people don't know what the
thermoplastic.
words mean
It's a
themselves,
tiny
right?
piece of a cosmetic fingernail.
Oh, a cosmetic
I wonder-
fingernail. Okay. Yeah, why
Ah.
couldn't you just fucking say that then?
Nails done.
Oh, now we're looking at the nurse. Hey, Vicar. Oh, we've got another arrest warrant. Alright.
By the way, you know how you were telling me that I should get Star Trek Bridge Crew?
Yes.
Apparently their servers have been dog shit recently.
Oh, have they?
Because it's completely server based and it's run by Ubisoft. and they are possibly the worst people at keeping servers going possible. There is a review from just earlier this month saying servers are permanently down these days.
No way.
Nice.
That's a nightmare. I don't know. Can you still local play though? Not
No,
local
apparently even the single player requires you to have the servers, which nice job, Ubisoft.
Oh, Beyond the Power, €5. I want allo Frenching.
What a lad.
Allo. Did you I saw a picture of speaking of allo, I saw a picture of like the cast of allo reuniting in their like their cast uniform, like in the gear that they wore during the TV show, and somebody retweeted it thinking actual Nazis were in France, I think it was. Like, this is happening in my country, what is going on? It's like, no. This isn't OnlyFans. Oh, Jody, if only you knew. Right.
What do you got in the way of evidence?
I want that.
What if we do this?
Did
I'll
you hear
talk
what
to the
happened
nurse.
to
See if she might be willing
did
to
you
come
hear what
down
happened
here
on Twitter
voluntarily to
the
answer
other
some
day?
questions.
No.
Maybe we'll get
with
lucky.
the POTUS and what he did by accident? I'll tell you once this interrogation's over, because interrogations are pretty wordy.
Speaking of
once
which,
we're just doing evidence.
Speaking of which, like from the front, because obviously you can't see the hair at the back, but don't she look like iDubbbz's business?
I
now.
don't see iDubbbz's misses that often, so I
fair
wouldn't
enough.
know.
Alright, who's pulling it to this guy on screen and crime saying hello? Prefix,
Nurse
meaning
Lou?
around. Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Honestly,
you
she
coming
looks
down
like
here
a fucking,
voluntarily
like,
to answer some questions.
I like
You're
a
welcome.
blow-up doll, to be
I don't
honest,
think
with
there's
the
any
way
more
her
I can
face
tell you,
is.
but
It's
I'd
just
like
like
to help you
oddly
if I
shaped.
can.
Like, she looks like she's got like a pound of makeup
These?
on.
Yes, they are.
They're not your nails, love.
The evidence contradicts your statement.
That's
Yes.
odd. Oh, but you know, I did get a nail tip put on my index finger when the real one broke last week. It's been on my hand all week, so I guess I kind of forgot about it. But you can see it's not chipped or anything.
Just replaced it, didn't you? Right. Do you know where we could find John Barrett? It's important.
I don't know for sure. I do know there's an area down by Lake Merritt where the family keeps their boat. And Mr. Barrett, he likes to go down there when he wants to be by himself. Given what's happened,
Blimey.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's there now.
Thank you very much. So that's the location.
Mr. Barrett would
Oh,
tell
okay.
Mary about the boat and the lake
So,
and how it was
iDubbbz
the
misses
only
then.
real place in the world he could find any peace.
It was just
He and
from that
Mary
angle,
spent
not
a lot
now.
of time together.
Like, not
He
now.
would sit there beside her and carry on a conversation as if she were talking right back to him. I wasn't eavesdropping, I just couldn't help but overhear their talks. Or his talking, that is.
What's your relationship with John Barrett?
Mr. Barrett is my employer. He pays me to provide home care for his sister.
Hey, Rory. My most memorable near-death experience was when three buddies and I were nearly run over by a troop of Leopard 2 tanks during the exercise Lionheart in 1984 during the Cold War. What on earth?
Nice.
My
I
husband went to Paris.
love war stories or just
Yeah, man.
training stories. To be honest.
Yeah, my husband went to
Again,
Paris.
if you haven't, check out Mike Burnfire's fireside stories or campfire stories. They're amazing.
Okay. Beyond the Power, I'm getting a bit worried now when you're saying Frenching. You don't mean the accent, do you? Pucker up, Zen.
Oh dear.
My husband went to Paris when he was stationed in Germany. He said it was dirty and everyone is rude. I said I didn't care. I want to eat everything there. What's your
Honestly,
opinion of
I can't
Jane?
say I really know Miss Barrett. When she came to visit, she would seem uncomfortable. But seeing someone you love in the condition Miss Marks was in, well, it's very, very difficult.
She likes playing
So I
with her
tried
nails,
not
doesn't
to
she?
take anything personally.
Goodbye.
Thank you, nurse. We may call you in if more questions come up.
I understand.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a new location, which is Lakeside Docks Mast Family Chalet. I shall only say this once.
So, in an attempt to look tough, Mesa POTUS took a picture of
That
him,
must be our man.
sort of
Right where
looking
Mary's nurse said
pensively
he'd be.
while sat in like a conference room with
Yes.
and he essentially doxed a bunch of like what should have been basically like confidential informants or journalists.
Yes.
And it's like fucking hell. Unbelievable.
I did hear about that because wasn't one of the people on that like Zoom
I'm
call?
not privy to that.
Yeah,
I'm not privy to that stuff.
I believe one of the people from the Zoom call was from, I want to say that like a CIA base in Doha, and apparently the United States have always denied that there was such a setup there. And that picture just was like, so that was a fucking lie.
And it just reminds you where it's like, no one will have to worry about my Twitter. It's like, well, what exactly did Trump's Twitter do? Did it ever leak national secrets? Because yours did, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I'm not a chemistry expert, but I can at least
Well, no
say
one
that a
will ever
monomer
accuse you of not
is
being
short. It's a
thorough.
short chemical that
I'd
doesn't
say
have
you
lots
might
of
be overdoing
molecules
it a
strung
little
together,
bit, but
basically.
it
Thank
never
you.
hurts to practice, right?
No. Let's grab those before we.
Good idea. We can use the microscope to compare the mold against
Uncle
any
Donnie.
prints we find.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a nice boat, but it's not why we're here.
Oh.
Let's stay focused.
Where is it?
I've just tried googling it to try and look up some news reports on it, and it's like it looks like there aren't many great matches for your search. It's like, really? Is that so? That does not surprise me whatsoever.
Is that a chat,
John
mate?
Barrett, we're with the Las Vegas crime lab.
Maybe not many people using the
Okay.
word docs, to be
I
fair.
think I'm gonna need my lawyer.
We're
Oh my
looking
God.
into the death of Mary Marst, and we'd like to ask you some questions.
I didn't do it. What else do you need to know?
This guy's head, man. It's actually uneven.
Sister.
Everything
Mary
makes
was my
sense now.
sister. Even though our mothers were different, that didn't matter. And Mary was the only real member of my family I had left. Now she's gone.
Oh. So you think Mary Marst wanted to live?
What the hell are you trying to insinuate? Mary was a fighter. Most people just lose their will to live. Not Mary. She was an inspiration.
I believe that. Where were you around last night? Where were you last night around 11 p.m.?
You know what? That's really none of your business.
Uh-oh. What's your opinion?
Opinion? I think you're wasting your time. And mine. My sister's gone, and your investigation isn't gonna change that. I'm gonna let you in on a little family secret. We have a real problem with authority, unless we're invested in it. So any more questions you have, save them for each one of my lawyers.
Bugger you then.
Yeah, give me a call. We'll grab a drink or something.
Not with that fashion sense. Look at them shoulders. Look at that. Ugh. Well, he wasn't very nice, was he? Oh. We go this way. Inside a secret, the Chinese spider crab has a land version in the woods of South America. They just discovered it in the last 8 years. My husband shot on in the 90s. Wow. Lab. Oh, what are the names of those crabs that they think killed? Oh, what was her name? Amelia. Was it Amelia Earhart or whatever her name is? The one who went
What?
missing.
Flying crabs? I don't know.
No, not flying crabs, but Amelia Earhart. Was it Amelia Earhart? I think her name
did
is.
she? Well, hang on. Did she have crabs and it meant she wasn't very good at flying the fucking plane?
No. No, so you know she tried to like fly around the world or
No,
whatever.
no, not really. Oh, she was
Alright.
eaten by crabs. Okay, coconut
that's-
crabs.
Coconut crabs, that's the ones. Yeah, they think that's what happened to her, so they reckon she got washed up on this island. And obviously where she was injured, she bled. And the coconut crabs obviously got wind of the scent and then just because they are quite like
Jesus
quite bad.
Christ. Coconut crabs are 3-foot long, tree climbing monsters with the strength of lion's jaws.
And they reckon they just completely ripped her apart because they found some of the stuff on this island.
In 2007, a team of scientists conducted an experiment where they left a pig carcass at the same site. The crabs crawled out their homes and tore it to shreds.
Yep. Think about that.
Jesus.
They're like the piranhas of the land, basically.
That's terrifying. Well, they're just like mildly aquatic pigs, essentially.
Basically,
pigs will do the same thing. You can feed I've heard that like if you're a serial killer, you can just get a farm and get pigs, and they will get rid of so much evidence. So I've been told.
Amelia Earhart was eaten by a gigantic cloud squid. Everyone knows this.
Oh God, they are fucking big. Jesus, those are terrifying. Oh God, I don't like how asymmetrical they are. Like, that really bugs me. It's like, it throws me off. It's like, oh, what's wrong with them? It doesn't look right. Oh my God. Giant coconut. Oh, I'm just gonna send you this. I'm gonna.
Size and the tread patterns
I'm gonna put this in
Our
the.
suspect was wearing these
What
shoes.
would this be? I guess
We
I'll
need
put
to
it
talk
in
to
the memes
Brass.
room. But
Okay.
I'll have a look at that, crime guy.
Oh, we're doing just a sec.
The size and the tread patterns match. Our suspect was wearing these shoes. We need to talk to Brass.
Right, so it looks like John was the guy walking about by the looks of it. Right. I'm still learning how to use live Boomer in a Millennium Body. Yes, Jody, I'm exactly the same. I can relate to that. John Barrett.
Based on what evidence?
Your mum's evidence.
No, but I did see a picture of one on a trash can. No, there's a
We
picture
can
of
get
one
warrant
just
to search
attacking
the
a
kid's room
seagull.
with this. Problem we
It's
have
terrifying.
now is it's Sunday, which means the judge is indisposed on one of several possible golf courses. I'll have to chase him down to get the warrant to search John Barrett's room. Why don't you head back to the lab? I'll call you when I have it.
Right. That's. Did you say you sent me this?
In the memes room.
Ah, in the memes room. Okay. Right, let's go and have a quick look in there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to be a fucking.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not putting that on the stream.
Well, I was about to say, technically there's no gore. It's just one going for one.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it. It's like a picture of a tiger mid pounce. You can't really see any like gruesomeness, but it is scary. But yeah, I'd love to be a scientist, just getting paid shitloads of money to just fuck around with like different things. It's like, yeah, I got paid like 500 grand this year.
This is a statue of St.
did you use it
Ambrose,
for? Oh, we
patron
dropped a
saint of
pig onto an
beekeepers.
island.
guy.
Watch
The statue belongs to Beatrice Salazar. At least it belonged to her back in
Oh, is this one of the
1982.
the
That
cold
dried
case
blood there
investigation?
Oh,
belonged
it's
to her husband,
Salazar.
Miami drug lord
shit.
Umberto Salazar.
Ramon
Salazar.
Salazar.
goes, Umberto Salazar.
Damn, we've gotta help
fell
Leon
with a
Kennedy.
Teenage prostitute he plucked off the streets of Mexico
Wait,
City.
hang on. What time
He
did
got
this
the house,
game
the
came
car,
out?
and
Was
the drug
Resident Evil 4
empire.
out by then?
He got St. Ambrose to the head.
This is
At the
2010,
time,
I think
nobody
it
could
was.
find any physical evidence to tie Salazar
think
to
it
her
happened.
husband's murder, but obviously, we've come a long way since 1982. And that's where you guys come in. Salazar's grandstanding when she showed up the other day was just for show. Her DNA is
Yeah,
on
Resident Evil
file
4
for a while.
2005, easily.
What are these white pasty flecks?
Adhesive from an
Mima.
evidence locker sticker.
Mima.
I just need you
Mima.
guys to pull her DNA off this statue. And if you can, that's the ball game. We've got her for murder.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
There's a time lapse of them eating the pig. It's incredible.
I can't.
It wasn't just them, there was like loads of like little crabs as well, and yeah, the thing was gone within a week. It's fascinating.
When did we get this? Right. Oh, blood. Blood. Yeah.
Nothing to collect here.
Ugh. You mean nothing to collect? Oh, there you go. Ah, it's
Nice job.
adds a
Now
damn
let's
hit.
run the sample.
Like, fuck, what would you do to with one of these things? You can't climb a tree to stay away from them because they can climb trees.
Yeah. It's quite bad, isn't it? Like, it is quite bad.
I mean, I'm wondering like how aggressive they are to like a living human. But like, you know, you've got to sleep eventually. So fucking hell.
Just, yeah, they make me very uncomfortable.
I'm not surprised. The endless quest for Amelia's bones is becoming like a cult. Is Amelia Earhart a bit like Madeline McCann? People just won't stop fucking looking.
Yeah, I suppose, but I think with that one, it's.
Well, there was actual a crime there to solve. Yeah, I get that.
I mean, but with I mean, in particular with that case, though, I mean, it's pretty much a given as to what's happened to her now. You know.
Yeah, let's be real here.
Okay, that's not right. Huh. Okay, move that out of the way.
What the fuck, Belsedil? What?
Never let your cat read your emails.
It's the comment before that I was more looking at, but
My mate Chris just had to assassinate his cat. Very sad. He ended up knowing more than he should. Boom.
Wait, what's going
train
on?
them to be your
not
crab
sure.
army. Okay, yeah, if you could like
Somehow, protein's
domesticate
got
these things to a degree and then like
They're useless.
like
Son
like
of a
make
bitch.
like
Oh, no,
send
what's
them
that-
off.
what the
That
hell
would be
happened?
incredible.
It doesn't make any
What's happened?
sense. The concentration of sodium lauryl sulfate is way too high. But I was standing right there beside you. I saw you prepare the sample correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I can't believe this. I'm taking this statue back into my custody, and I'm going to make a formal request to the deputy director and to your sheriff that an investigation be immediately conducted into the CSI's possible malfeasance. Mr. Stokes, I would suggest you take this matter into your own hands before it brings down this entire lab.
What the fuck's going on?
Tell me something.
He's
Are you
unhappy.
just incompetent, or did you just deliberately destroy potential evidence?
No. What?
Did they store evidence
I know this
badly or
sounds
something?
crazy, but I think Agent Huntley set us up.
Ah,
I
yeah.
think he deliberately set us up so that we would consume that potential DNA sample
Consume.
in analysis. And he wanted us to take the fall for it. Catherine, we got to get our hands back on that statue. We need to analyze whatever traces on it, and we have to figure out what the hell's going on with Huntby.
Huntby just left the building, and he took the statue with him. I'll notify the FBI field office. See if they can help us. I think Nick is right. And I'll do everything in my power to get that statue back here and have you retested. But until we can get this
Belsedil,
thing
please
totally
pay for
resolved,
sex or
I
something.
think it's best for the credibility of the
Pay me if you
lab
want, but I'm
I
not gonna
keep you
do
off
that.
any cases pertaining to Beatrice Sills, I understand you have another case you're handling right now. I recommend the two of you keep working on it.
What the fuck
What-
is this
what-
weird like FBI subplot that they're trying to put in here?
Well, this Balthazar or whatever person, it seems to be like linked to all of these crimes. That I think anyway.
Right.
But this guy's trying to get this trying to get this person like obviously like caught. And now he's accusing us of essentially contaminating evidence, which could have brought her down. But we didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
So, walk me through this again.
Okay. We used a moderate concentration of sodium lauryl sulfate to lyse the cell walls.
Okay. Cell walls open up, allowing us to extract the genetic material inside and prepare it for DNA analysis.
Exactly. Except this time, for some reason, there was a much higher concentration of SLS than we
I'm not
normally
really
use.
sure, Mima.
So when the sample was hydrated,
I think we're
in
just getting framed
preparation
here.
for our DNA analysis, the water and the high
Fed
concentration
man bad,
of
yeah,
SLS
exactly.
produced a chemical reaction that gave off
Well, when's the
enough heat
Fed
to
man
raise
not
the
bad?
temperature
When has
of
there
the water
ever
way
been a
above
good
80
Fed
Celsius.
in like a
Which would have
cop show?
denatured
Let's
Hey,
be
Charlie.
real,
the
yeah.
destroyed
This
the
game
valuable
was
sample.
made in 2010, I believe.
Agent
Like, it's
Huntby
not
is
always
claiming
how it
you
goes.
incorrectly prepared
Like,
the
if you're
lysine
cops,
solution
then when
by
the
adding
feds show
too
up, they're the
much
bad guys.
SOS.
And they're
Catherine,
always
with all
corrupt
due
to some
respect
degree.
to Agent Huntby, I was standing right there when it
I
all
mean,
went down.
not
The
entirely
solution was
inaccurate,
prepared
but,
correctly.
you know.
Now, as we were swabbing the
Narratively,
sample,
it becomes
I
a
did
bit
notice
dull.
a trace amount of some sort of pasty substance on the back of the statue. So I asked Agent Huntby about it, and he said it was just some glue residue from an identification tag.
You know, you can create a paste with sodium lauryl sulfate.
Good God, it looks like
concentrated
crap.
enough to have
Blame
that
Telltale.
reaction when hydrated.
That's all.
It's Brass. I finally tracked down the judge and got him to review and sign our search warrant for John Barrett's bedroom. It's a go.
Woohoo! I did recently accidentally ask out one of my bar staff, which is going to get complicated because it wasn't intended, so now I have to work out how to... No one cares, shut up.
No, absolutely not. I love relationship drama. Tell me more. I love this kind of shit.
With the blood clot I have and Delta really high in my area, I can't take the shot and I'm high... Ah, bless you.
Oh, I had one of my colleagues get pissy with me today at work. It was nice to like. I was just sorting some paperwork because the office is a bit understaffed at the moment. We've got a few people on holiday.
Yeah.
So they pulled me in the office instead of being in the yard to like just basically sort paperwork into like and organize it.
Yeah.
Which
Brass
I'm,
had a
it's
hell of a
literally
time
just
getting this
putting
search
numbers in
warrant.
order. So
Let's
it
not
just
waste
takes a
it.
while,
Stay
but
sharp.
you don't need to be particularly skilled to do it.
Hmm.
So I'm sat there, and I think it was one of the. I can't remember. I think it might have been one of the guys from the yard, but it might be one of the lorry drivers. I cannot for the life of
The
me
man
remember.
likes his shoes.
But he was like, "So have you had your vaccines yet?" I'm like, "No." And they were, "Why not?" And I'm like, "'Cause I don't need them."
Right.
And it just kind of like he just gave me this look, but then like the guy who was working in the office with me went, "Hey, it's his
One
decision.
of the
Leave him
shoes
be."
looks like it
I was like,
hasn't
"Oh, thanks,
dried.
mate."
It's fresh.
Yeah. Shouldn't, yeah, I don't think people should be pressured, but, you know, it is what it is.
As I keep pointing out, either it protects the people around you, or you don't need to social distance and wear masks once you've done it. You know?
Oh, God. No, Rory, no. Just checked. Apparently I'm related to Amelia Earhart via Governor John Winthrop of the Massachusetts Bay Colony. Stop it. Stop
I'm already annoyed by the fact that you misspelled Massachusetts, to be honest. I'm not saying I can spell Massachusetts, but you've spelled it wrong.
Guys,
Oh!
Mima,
What?
get the
Hold
ghost
on.
step. Get
Who
the
got a
ghost
picture? Who got a picture of my bed?
step. Are they your pants? Are they your knickers, mate?
I have been told they are comfortable.
Parts of the job, right?
They are some briefs. By the way, everyone in this chat, including myself and Zen, are related to Rory Herbert. He can confirm.
Is that so?
Yeah, why not?
This guy may be rich, but lucky for us, he obviously doesn't pay for a daily maid service.
Don't mean to, but there's no stopping the train now. Oh. Oh, what? I've got a theory.
Oh, nice
What we have
catch!
here, cosmetic fingernail.
That was fluke.
Which looks as though it's
Related,
fallen
I
off
am Rory Herbert.
and taking a bit of the real nail with it.
Right, I've got a theory.
Okay.
John Herbert
A crime theory.
and cut. John Herbert likes to dress up in ladies' clothes. That's my theory. Whether or not it has anything to do with the case or this murder,
Oh
I
no!
don't know. But I'm going on there. There is the possibility I'm related to the 6th wife of Henry VIII. Oh, okay.
What the fuck?
So there you go.
That's
then.
the one that lived. That's the one that lived, right, Charlie?
Right. Okay. Let's go back to the lab. We'll check that out. Make sure you've got them ghosts ready, Mima. We've got some underwear. Oh, hang on a minute. Should actually just check it first. Alright, nothing there. Oh, that's just sample. Okay. There's a pasty white substance here.
That sample may allow us to positively identify who the nail belongs to.
Alright. Let's see if my theory holds. Oh, mate. The whole thing is just one job. There you go. I don't like the fact that there's a... there's a
the investigation button across the entire thing, yeah.
Oh. Right.
Oh.
What we got going on? Oh, right in the crack.
Dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Dirty job, but
Hopefully
someone's
we'll
got
be
to
able
do it.
Recover some usable DNA.
Yep, this is the miserable side of being a detective that you
Oh my
do
God,
not
there's
see
more.
in the.
There's more.
Oh, no. Well, the other side of the crack.
Oh.
We're lucky. We'll find out if she had a partner.
Okay. Okay.
Is that it? I think that's it.
I think that's it.
You've swapped inside and out.
Yeah, Mima. Don't get carried away, Mima. We don't know you for sure yet.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Right. Let's have a look at the boot, I think.
Oh, what the fuck's wrong
The
with
tread
those
of
shoes?
this shoe is the same size and pattern as the shoe impression
Okay.
we
What are
collected
those
from the
like
crime
green
scene.
chunks in it?
Gotta
Is he
say,
stepping in
it doesn't look
peas?
so good for John.
Yeah, it's John again.
The tread of this
Yeah.
shoe is the same size and pattern as the shoe impression we
The Duke of
collected from the
Bedford
crime
went to
scene.
school with Rory
Gotta
Herbert.
say,
Interesting.
It doesn't look so good for
I'm
John.
Northern scum and thus related to no one of import. Maybe Zen though.
You're not. Yeah, maybe it's entirely possible.
Oh, love it. Got all ticks on them now. DNA test, sniff. Oh God, Jody.
To quote my favorite clip from Primeval, that's just not right.
Alright, let's they look like they fit. Look at that.
It's a tiny piece of a cosmetic fingernail. Matching an unknown to an unknown like that doesn't tell us much. And we
Right.
processed all of our evidence as thoroughly as we can. Seems like we might have a test or two to run.
Alright, we can so that'll be a chemical and a DNA. I'm going to be disturbed if it's John and Jane sleeping with each other, by the way.
Oh, well, it's CSI.
Yeah. Just, you know, given recent events.
Recent events?
You know what I mean.
They're a perfect match.
Right. That's cool.
Oh, right, okay. Took me a minute. I don't know, I try and wipe this kind of shit from my memory. I don't want to think about this shit. Horrendous.
God. There we go. Yep. And those two. Lovely.
It's a tiny piece of a cosmetic fingernail.
Let's do that. Okay. How many yellows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it's not that one because there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, okay. Definitely not the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope. Only 8 yellows there. Excuse me. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, okay, here we go. Right, leave that. That one there, maybe. What?
No, I just dug up that clip from Primeval, where the soldier guy's just like, that's just not right. It's a really good clip.
Match there. Right. What have I missed so far? When do we get to the CSI Chris Chan DLC? Probably never. Oh.
We can only hope. We can only hope.
Mate, that saga, there's still a twist or two in that saga, I can guarantee it. Where do I put that then? It's gotta go there, surely. That goes there. That has to go. Oh, what have I done there? Green, yellow, green. No, right. I went back for a sec. Blue, blue. There.
Why is Dark Souls trending?
Oh. Blue, red. Oh my god, right. I feel like I buggered this one up.
Oh, it's people whining that there needs to be an easy mode for Dark Souls.
Again?
It's like, mate. I mean, I am terrible at video games and I've been managing my way through it.
Right, Zen. This is where you come in now. Puzzle solve.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Top right goes to the end. So we're gonna go from the very, very end, and we're gonna go along from it. So that one, yep. That one goes at the very end of it.
That one there?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And above that is just the two. Hold on.
There are two yellows there.
No, hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's just those two yellows.
Okay.
And then it's the one that's kind of like in the middle with the other two yellows.
So
there you go. That one, yep.
Okay. Yep.
And then green, green, blue, bottom right.
There.
Yeah, and then... Oh god, the chat's covering it up. Yes, that one you're currently highlighting now.
There we are.
And then blue, yellow... Hold on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just that one. You see, this is all you gotta do, is you just gotta go backwards.
Yeah.
Just start at one end and just continue along. It's actually very easy once you get that habit down.
Oh.
That was the very top of it.
Yeah.
No, you had it right, Has Pally been dabbing on my Dark Souls skills, really? Hey, I'm making my way through the game.
Alright, what would... I was 12 years old watching Forensic Files and wanted to be a forensic sketch artist. I'm now 29 with neon pink hair who wants to be a farrier and do horse abuse cases. My parents boarded a nutcracker horse from the play in New York City in 2006, being in Florida. Horse capital of the world. Oh. Hello, lady. So that's her
solicitation.
So that is her nail.
Okay, so not only is Nurse Lou a stripper with a rap sheet,
Nope.
she lied to us about the fake fingernail.
Oh, that's stripping. Okay.
Right. We've established that. Let's get the genetic material. That was lucky for us last time. Reds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's good. Right. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue. No. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue. There. Double yellow.
See, your chat shit posts even more than mine does.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's fascinating.
Despite his new girlfriend, Harrion is refusing to mount a... No! Stop it!
I think he means that in an entirely non-sexual way. His new girlfriend is very much a aficionado of equines, and I'm assuming that's them saying he does not want to ride a horse.
Fair
normally.
enough. Blue, yellow.
You see, you're getting it.
I am. Look at me. I'm all clever now.
This is the same thing.
It's Pauline Lou, isn't it? Yeah. Yep, her again.
Oh, so she was fucking him.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Hello.
It's always the naughty nurse, right? Not only does Pauline Lou have a work card because she's been a dancer at various gentlemen's clubs around town, but she also has an arrest for solicitation on her record.
There you
Looks
go.
like John and Nurse Lou didn't want us to know about their little relationship.
Sacre
Do
bleu.
you want to tell Brass, or should I?
Okay. Oh. Got an arrest warrant. Oh my god, look at all the reds on that. Right.
If your male ejaculate has got lots of red in it, please see a doctor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 reds. Okay.
Also, I'd like to give my obligatory as opposed to female ejaculate.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, okay, it's not that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, definitely not that one. No, definitely not that one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's got to be this one by
10,
process
11, 12.
elimination.
Yeah. Right.
A lot of this is one-to-one. Like, that one's the end.
Yeah.
The one at the start is the one at the start.
This one here, yeah?
Red, red, green, red, red.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then you got red, red, yellow, green.
Green, yellow, and then there's the just green, yellow. Just the two on their own.
Oh, sorry. Green, yellow, just the two on their own. These two here, yeah?
Yep, and then yellow, blue, which is right underneath that one. Yep, up one.
Yep.
There we go.
Then that one there.
You got it.
And then...
Look for the doubles.
Ah.
No, up one from where you
Sorry.
had it. There you go, that's it.
There we go.
And then those two yellows, you can just put them two yellows with the two yellows. There you go.
And then we got that one. There we go. Right. Let's confirm that. It's John Barrett. But was he wearing them? Please say he was
Looks like
wearing them.
John and Nurse Lou didn't want us to know about their little relationship. Do you want to tell Brass?
He
or
was
should I?
fucking the nurse. Hello, nurse.
Okay, so my my theory didn't hold up. That's a shame. It would have been quite an interesting twist. Like, no, you don't understand. They're not my knickers. Right, we better go have a chat with the Lou.
I did not wear those knickers. Then why is your jizz in them? Well, sometimes you need a bit of extra, you know, stimulation.
If the thong does not
So I have been
fit,
told.
then you must acquit.
What do you got in the way of evidence?
I got panties.
Pauline Lou and John Barrett were lovers. Great. So I'd call that motive, wouldn't you? So let me get this straight. John Barrett stands to inherit a fortune. His girlfriend, the nurse, provides him with an alibi, and lucky for her, vice versa. And on top of that, her intimate knowledge of the regulator unit.
There we go, Mima,
gives
we
the
got
kid
some.
Great big
We got some.
opportunity for murder.
Looks
Get
like
them
John
ghosts out in the
Barrett
chat.
doesn't seem too interested in providing an alibi for anyone, including Pauline Lou.
Okay, let's not tip our hand here. If we try and talk to John Barrett first, his
It's
Twist.
not a Johnny, but it's
and the
close
nurse.
enough.
Yeah. Twist.
If we call
John
the
was
nurse
taking
in here
pictures of the
first,
nurse giving
then
the old
maybe she'll
woman
be
a
willing to
lap
make a deal and
dance.
give up her boyfriend.
Oh dear.
Okay, Mrs. I-Dubs, the
I'm very
jig's up.
confused by this situation. I've tried to be very cooperative. Have I done something wrong?
Tell us about your fake nail.
Well, like I told you before, I chipped a nail and replaced it with this one I have on. And I've had it on all week. Why are you asking?
Maybe this will make you reconsider your story.
Pauline, we found your DNA on
My
a
mate's
cosmetic
messaging me now. He's only just realized that
That's
it's,
right.
it's the
You know
Brazilian
what?
dub
When
voice
I first
actress.
broke my nail,
No.
I put on a
And not the
different
original one. I'm like,
replacement,
mate,
but
I
didn't
figured that
apply
like an
it right,
hour
so then I
ago.
put this one on.
Prosecco,
I
anyone? Just
didn't
opened a
even
new
put
bottle.
this
Never
one
smelt
on.
a
The
sweaty
woman who
dog's
does my
balls,
nails
but...
did. But I don't see why any
Oh.
of this matters, because that was all like a week ago.
Oh, I love my free speech, but you're really pushing it.
I know, right?
Are you romantically involved with John Barrett? I've got my
Why
Coca-Cola,
are you
thank
asking
you.
me that? I'm a registered nurse, and Mr. Barrett hired me to provide hospice quality care to his sister.
This hot air balloon stuff came up about in my premiere. What's all this about? I haven't felt this since the last time I went to the hot air balloon festival. You know, just dropping hair follicles all over the place.
Here's a question: does noir have an E at the end or not? I have seen it spelled differently in different places.
Well, you've got LA Noir, which is Noire, but there is a Noir, Noir. I'm not sure what the difference is, but yeah.
Pauline, I'm going to ask you again. What is your relationship to John Barrett? I think you know why I'm asking. Because according to the
They are
semen and
both
vaginal
forms of the
contributions
French word
found
for
on this
black.
We
underwear,
got a double whammy, Mima.
you and
We got
Mr.
semen
Barrett were
and
very
vaginal.
At least on
So
one occasion.
noir without an
True.
E is the
I love
masculine,
John.
noir with
We've
the
been
E is
together for some
feminine.
time now.
Right.
I met John
Frenchies.
not long after his parents passed away. I probably fell in love first. I think he was more interested in being distracted. You see, before I was a nurse, I was a dancer. A stripper, actually.
No.
It's not something I'm proud of, but it's not exactly something I'm ashamed of either. It paid my way through nursing school. I'd always dreamed of being a nurse. And it brought me to John.
And the pal is a moderator? Well, I
never
suppose
quite
she is
had
my
enough
mother.
confidence, or I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have
I'm
enough
reconsidering now after the
experience to
sweaty
pass my
balls comment.
certification tests. John was the only one who ever believed in me. He's the most sensitive, caring man I've ever known.
It didn't sound like that when we spoke to him.
You've been telling us this whole time that you're a registered nurse.
Yeah, well, for all practical purposes, I am. It's just that I don't actually have this certification yet, and I didn't want to get John into trouble for having hired me. Look, I swear to God, that's the only reason I tried to hide our relationship from you. Look, all my life, all I've ever wanted to do is be a nurse and help people.
I was suggesting
couldn't bear the
yesterday
thought
that
of
if
being
one
barred
wanted
from
to
the
avoid the
profession for
question,
good
why was your
because of
DNA at the
this.
scene, one might have the
As
alibi
Mary's
that one
nurse, you
enjoyed having
definitely
a
had what we
willy...
like to refer to as opportunity. follow me?
Willy
Okay, now
rectangle.
since you and John had a little thing going
In
on,
hot air
you stood
balloons.
to inherit the family fortune if and when Mary died, well, that gives both of you motive. What really complicates things is that you've told us two different stories.
That may
tell you
constitute
what,
some
Miss
kind
Love.
of crime in and of
We're
itself.
all
to be
reasonable
fair.
people.
Bells a deal.
We know you and John are in this thing together. That's why we're prepared to offer you a deal. Testify against Mr. Barrett, and we'll make sure that you do the bare minimum of jail time. What do you say?
Oh, we can't.
No, please, I'm innocent. You've got to talk to John. He'll tell you.
I always liked
we were
Zen.
together all
I'll
night.
leave it there.
I swear to you.
What?
You lied to us, Pauline. Now it's kind of hard just to take you at your word. And since John's not talking, we're really going to need your help to find something to back up your story.
If John knows what's going to happen to me, he'll talk to you. I know he will. He's a very complicated man. Before her accident, Mary gave John a gift. It's a goofy little thing. This little finger puppet. It was like this private joke
What?
between the two of them. But then when Mary got hurt,
Hide the finger
that
puppet.
stupid puppet began to mean the world to John. He would hold it at her bedside and try to make her laugh with it. But last week, the puppet got lost somehow. I'd been cleaning up and I must have misplaced it, but John went ballistic. I mean, you'd have thought I'd run over his dog. Anyway, day before yesterday, I found the damn puppet. I was thrilled. I went down to the lake, down by where they keep the boat, and I was gonna surprise John with it, but before I could say anything, he started screaming at me. And that's when I threw that stupid puppet away. For good. Well, not exactly for good. I tried throwing the damn thing in the lake, but instead I ended up tossing it into the family's boat.
Whoops.
Okay, this is the crazy part, and the whole reason I'm telling you this. I think if John gets that puppet back, then he might be able to open up to you guys. He's missing Mary so much. He just needs to have a piece of her back, and then he'll
Can you
open up
guess
and tell
what it
you
is yet?
everything you need to know. I'm sure of it.
I know what you mean by creepy. Rolf Harris
That's all
creepy.
for now. Thank you.
I mean, one little boy had one little toy. It was a finger puppet. So hang on, I came in here earlier, and now it's there. You go. Oh my god! Look at the state of it.
Okay, here's
Wobble
that little
board
puppet
noises.
Pauline was talking about. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but it's just really hard to believe this would mean so much to Mary's brother.
You know, though.
Fucking hell, I have not seen someone use the term machine gun as a verb in a long time. Not since that one bit of a British kerfuffle back in the day, when I was a wee lad. Do you remember that would have been around your era, Crime Guy?
What's that?
There was some drama that happened when a British politician suggested that army officers should come down and machine gun prisoners in during some kind of like prison riot or something.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I think it was the one who's blind.
Oh, David Blunkett.
Yes.
Yeah, I can. Who'd have seen that coming? I'm older than your dads, you whippersnappers.
Hysterical David Blunkett told the prison service to call in the army and machine gun inmates to regain control of a
Looks like John's
riot-torn
come out of
prison.
hiding.
Based department, hello?
Ooh. Yeah, but he was Labour.
Where did you get this?
We understand it has a lot of sentimental value.
Apparently,
It does.
the
It
former
may
Home
seem
Secretary's
silly to you,
memoirs, the Blunkett
but it means a
tapes.
lot to me. Thanks.
He
finger
shrieked down the
puppet.
phone to him that he didn't
This
care about the
dumb,
possible loss
ugly
of life.
little finger puppet.
Blunkett with
Amongst
machines.
scaffold
I
prisoners,
killed my sister.
Jesus.
She gave it to me just
Wow.
before the accident.
This was Lincoln
And
Jail was taken
afterwards,
over by rioting
Yeah.
inmates in October.
I put it on her
42.
finger. She'd make me laugh.
David Blunkett with a machine gun
Disappeared a
is a
week ago.
hysterical thought.
Right after I made Mary promise me she'd keep living.
I have a
For
distinct
me,
memory of Frankie
because I could
Boyle
tell
taking the absolute piss
eyes.
out of this on
Yeah.
Rock
To
the
give
Week
up.
back in
She
his
was
like
tired.
back at like the
I
pinnacle
couldn't
of
let
his
her go.
career.
When I thought I'd lost this puppet, it suddenly occurred to me
Is this a
that
confession?
instead of convincing
don't
Mary
think
to stay
so.
with me, I'd actually pushed her into leaving. I killed her.
Oh no.
Someone else may have helped her, carry it out, but it's really my fault.
John,
No, this
I
is just
don't
him feeling
understand something, and I don't
responsible.
mean to be insensitive, but how would you know what Mary was thinking? She couldn't speak. She could hardly move. How were you communicating with her?
We both knew Morse code. We tap into each other's
Oh.
palms.
Oh, that's quite clever.
It's almost like
Oh,
how Helen Keller used to
shit.
communicate.
Mary knew Morse code.
Yeah. For
Oh.
laughs. she'd
Oh.
tap out
Yeah,
the
I
things
just put
bothered
that
her on the
together.
regulator
Yeah.
button,
You're thinking the
because she
morphine,
knew it
aren't
would
you?
Cut off after a certain
Yeah.
point. She complained about blisters. And
Yeah, she knew it would cut out
Cramps.
anyway, so she just
Jane.
used it as a
Jane.
a Morse code
Yeah.
Yeah.
diary, I guess.
Mary
Yeah.
told me every Sunday at some
crazy.
point she'd get so bored when Jane came over that she'd spell her name out with the regulator button.
There you go.
It's
She'd spell
like the
people's
finger
names
puppet.
out when they were
stupid
there.
but funny.
Mm.
Oh
I really
wow!
miss her.
A fucking
We need to get back
it's
to the
literally
lab
like
and
the
review those
murderer's
regulator
name written
records.
in
I think
blood.
we may have overlooked our
Mhm.
best witness.
That's insane.
She identified a killer through her regulator, didn't she?
Yeah. That's what
Right.
that's what the
Yep.
suggestion is.
Yep. Let's go and check it.
That's incredible.
That is clever.
I'd never have put that together.
And you're getting high at the same time. That's amazing.
Yeah. You know what would be amazing if someone like recognized Morse code from the regulator.
Oh, what's going on here? Was it this?
Yeah, it was that.
Yeah, it was
maybe
that.
you just need to look. I was gonna say maybe you just need to look in. Oh,
So
there we
here's
go.
what's
Here we
bugging
are.
me. Every time Jane comes to visit, Mary all of a sudden has this wildly unpredictable pattern of morphine dosing. And I just couldn't put my finger on what was gnawing at me. You know, what could Mary possibly be thinking? And then it hit me. If you were to take Mary's
Yeah,
erratic
stop
pattern
acting like you're a
and filter
genius.
it
We
through the
just
computer
spelled this out.
as a Morse code pattern,
We just got this
did
spelled
you
out
see
by the
Mary's final
brother.
message right before she
Fucking
died?
idiot.
J-A-Y-N.
Mm,
You know, Morse code has been in use for over 160
Jane,
years.
bedsore, Jane,
It only
Jane,
ceased to
cramp,
be an
Jane,
international
Jane.
standard for maritime communication in
And that's
1999.
right as she dies.
And
Yeah.
As
for
well,
some
because you can see
reason,
it flatline right
I
after
remember
it.
when the
Yeah.
French Navy ceased using Morse code in
That's
97.
not good.
The final message transmitted was, calling all. This is our last cry before our eternal silence. Let's go talk to Brass.
Mima, he points out that yeah, it would cut off, but it would still like register it on the computer, even if like it wasn't actually dosing her.
Yeah.
That's what the guy claims.
Hold on, I want to go back and talk to. Excuse me, I want to go back and talk to that guy.
Look, officers, this is a really terrible time for me right now. I'm sorry for lashing out at you. I realize you're just doing your job. I lied to you about one thing. If someone did this to Mary, I want to know who. I'll help you.
I lied
In
to you about the
any
fact that I
way
was
I
fucking
can.
her nurse.
Ask me
Okay,
whatever
I'm
questions
sorry.
you need.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, that's fair, honestly.
I could talk about Mary all day if you wanted me to.
Just the important bits.
That Pauline wasn't actually a registered nurse? Yeah, Mary knew. She didn't have a problem with it. She liked Pauline a lot. She also knew how I felt about her. I think Mary probably thought I could do better than an ex-stripper, but she was happy that I was happy. Everyone knew we were a couple, including Jane.
Uh-oh. Jane.
I
This
love
guy's got a very
Pauline,
effeminate face.
and I know she would
Yeah.
never do anything
That's why I
to
thought
hurt
he was the
Mary.
underwear wearer.
Even if Mary had wanted Pauline to help end her life, I mean, even if Pauline had found some way to communicate with Mary about that, she would have come to me first. Whatever you think you have on Pauline, I'm telling you, you're wrong.
You think Nurse Lou helped Mary kill herself?
Pauline doesn't know Morse code. How could Mary have asked her? I know you probably think I'm blinded by love or something, but Pauline couldn't have been the one who ended Mary's
He has a
life.
question.
Go for it.
Pauline and I were
It's
home
just
all
a
night. We
ponder
got
about.
back around
Do you
10,
think that
and
every
then we
prison
basically
should have
crashed in our
a
room till morning.
cover
It's
police
not really
officer,
much of an alibi,
like,
right? Nobody
in-
saw us, nobody
placed
called
amongst
us,
the inmates?
but it's
No.
the truth.
Because if that
You
police
know-
officer gets rumbled,
It's true.
did you kill Mary?
I understand you have to ask me that question, but it still hurts. And the answer is still, no, I did
Here we go.
not kill
Desiccated
Mary.
limbs.
You see, John, the problem is, absent you
Oh.
having an alibi we can confirm, the evidence we have right now suggests
I'm
that
just
you
reading
had
more
both
about this,
opportunity and motive in your
2002
sister's death.
prison
What
riot.
evidence?
Well, for one
Which
thing,
reminds
we
me of
found
shit
a
like
shoe
Prison
impression
Break,
beside
where it's
your
like,
sister's bed. It
sometimes
was
you
left
need
in
like a
fresh mud.
good
We were able
inmate
to
on the
match that
inside
impression
to
to
try
the
and like
shoes we
store
found in your
order because
bedroom,
the police
the
just
ones
can't
that
do a
still
fucking
had
thing
caked
without
mud on.
making things worse.
Wait a minute. Think about it.
Or at
If
least
I
to
was
be able to
really gonna
identify
kill
these were the
Mary, why
ringleaders,
the hell would
these
I
people
track
didn't do
mud
nothing,
all over the
you know?
house and leave my shoe print where you guys can find it and match it right back to me?
You ever hear the expression consciousness of guilt? It means deep down, you might have subconsciously felt guilty for doing what you did.
I didn't do what you think I did. The thing is, I have another pair of shoes just like those.
Finish
I
chatting.
keep them on the boat. Somebody else could have used them. Somebody who wanted to make it look like I did it. Now, the weird thing is, I keep those shoes in a locked cabinet. But here's the key. Go check it out.
That could be that could be a Crime Guy episode, the 2002 Lincoln riot.
You wouldn't. Oh, hang on. Where is it? Yeah, we go. Morphine was used in the 30s/40s as a cure after radium was the cure-all. It's Vicodin in the 90s, Oxy in the noughties. And now they wonder why it's so easy to get hooked. There are Vicar. There are police that are undercover in gangs, etc. So a prison one would be a possible idea. A dangerous one, obviously. But so is being undercover in a gang. It's very true. Yeah, prison riots were better. It was the staff revolting with the criminal limbolines. trying to... You really make me struggle, man. Trying to persuade them to come back. Come back, come back. I got Oxy after a hand reconstruction. Stuff's wild. Oh, wow. During the early days of the Falklands conflict, the SAS were bouncing Morse code off the ionosphere to Ascension Island, who then retransmitted their signals back to their HQ in Hereford. Oh, wow, that's incredible.
Jane? My sister and I don't exactly get along
Fuck's
anymore,
sake.
but between the two of us, I'm the one capable
Sorry,
of murder,
I've just looked
not
up
her.
because I
Jane
decided for the
didn't
fuck
like
of it to
Mary.
Google
She
1988
didn't trust
prison
her.
riot.
But then after the accident, Jane tried
Fremantle
really
Prison
hard
in
to make
Western
things right
Australia. The
between
riot
them.
was organised as a diversion for an escape that was to take place. Prisoners created a fire as part of the diversion.
Pauline and I were there
The
all day.
fire caused
We never saw
1.8
her.
million in damage
You locked the
and
front door?
unintentionally
No, we
prevented
don't.
the planned
I
escape.
I guess it's
Fucking
possible
morons.
Jane could have come in
Brilliant.
without
Then
us seeing
again,
her.
they are
Anything's
prisons.
possible,
You
right?
know, we're not talking like, you know, fucking incredible like strategists.
They were silly enough to get caught. Alright. We got a key now, so we're going to go to the boat.
During the 2 weeks prior to the riot, they collected 3 liters of fuel from lawnmowers, which they concealed in drink bottles.
Nice.
Mate, like prison culture, like fascinates me.
Same size and brand of shoe, with mud on them. Right where John told us they'd be. Okay, now the trick is to distinguish one pair of muddy shoes from the other.
Right. Let's quickly check them shoes, and we'll go back to the lab.
I mean, I don't know why we haven't just accused Jane right now. We've literally got the murder victim,
Yeah,
like, fingering her, so to speak. As much as I hate that terminology.
as you do.
Oh, God. These things are fucking caked in mud. That is disgusting.
Oh, I saw that flash. Ah, and again.
Oh, it's on the left. Where the fuck?
There.
There.
My God. There we go. But all the way there. What?
Good catch. That's a
I guess
very
it was at a
fine
really
strand
weird
of
angle
hair.
it was catching it, but that is a very fine strand of hair, so there you go.
Yeah. Is that everything? Bollocks to it, right. We'll go to the lab.
You know, one of those weird, like, language things that, yeah, it's just weird to me, is that jail used to be spelled G-A-O-L. It's fucking bizarre, and I cannot get my head around it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's go with this one. Blue, yellow, blue, yellow. Right, hold on. Come back to that one in a minute. There you go.
Well, no, it's just a difference between it. It's fucking weird.
Red, yellow, red. Okay. Blue and red. Yellow. There we go. Red, red. Lovely. And then... Beautiful.
Appearances can be so deceiving, can't they? That's Jane Barrett's hair. You know what? That crime scene was staged. We need to talk to Brass.
Got ourselves another warrant, guys. Might be Harrian's literacy rubbing off on him. I'm worried that I figured that we're close to the end now, but the docs haven't been ticked off yet.
What evidence do you have? The DNA evidence puts Jane Barrett right at the crime scene. I'll get your warrant.
Okay. Bob's.
I don't understand. Why am I being brought in like this?
Where were you last
I
night?
told you before, I was at home in Los Angeles.
Lang!
Miss Barrett, we found your DNA at a location which ties you to Mary's murder.
That's not possible. I gave you my home security system records. I wasn't even in Las Vegas. I was home. This has to be some kind of mistake. Didn't you check with the security company?
We've all seen Harry and
That's
OnlyFans,
exactly
and boy,
what
does
we
he rub
did,
off on a
Miss
lot of
Barrett.
things.
You and
Whew.
everyone we talked to mentioned how you would always pay Mary a visit every Sunday. But when we reviewed your home security records, we noticed one Sunday when your system listed you as home all day.
I have an explanation. That is,
May we see your phone, Miss Barrett?
I'm
Yes,
going to
you
get a
found
search
love.
warrant for your home in Los Angeles, Miss Barrett. I'm going to have LAPD turn over the place and tell me exactly what they find.
may I save you the trouble, Captain? You won't find anything there. You have no case. Just because I wasn't home doesn't mean I murdered my stepsister. That's actually quite a remarkable leap of imagination.
It's
And I
also
would
the
guess
most
those
common
don't
thing
usually
that you're
play very
murdered by
well in front
somebody
of a
that you
jury.
know.
I just heard
Oh,
back
yeah.
from the LAPD. They searched Jane Barrett's Lost Hills residence from top to bottom. Found nothing. Look,
Well,
maybe Jane didn't want to
Doesn't
risk
matter.
traveling around
We've
with
literally
incriminating
got the
evidence on her.
fucking
So she
woman
stashed it
in her
around here
dying
somewhere. All
breath.
I'm saying is,
Mhm.
it's worth looking
Like,
into.
identifying her.
Right.
That's, in my opinion, on its own enough to accuse her. Why would she be saying her name right as she flatlines?
Yeah.
Like, that is open and fucking shut.
Why you always gotta be the girl that shows her goods for a living?
No, wasn't that the nurse? We're after the
It was the
protester.
nurse, yeah, it was the nurse. Jane was a protester. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The nurse didn't do nothing. She was fucking the brother,
Oh,
but
what's that?
it was something in the seam.
Oh,
In the seam on the
what
oh,
the
oh.
hell? Oh, that looks like oil.
I was gonna say it looks like a pop socket, like dent, essentially.
This smudge wasn't on her phone earlier. It's not sticky, it's viscous. Like oil.
Yeah, I have a weird memory of her using that. Vicar, you're right.
Okay. Right. Oh yeah, the nurse, okay. Sister looked evil anyway. Right. No, not DNA. Evidence. Yeah, I'm thinking the boat oil as well. No. There.
It's petroleum oil with a very low ash content. Looks like the type of two-stroke oil you'd use in jet skis. Jet ski oil rings a bell for me. Haven't we seen something like this before?
In another game, maybe? No. Ah. You want to do that?
It's petroleum oil with a very low ash content. Looks like the type of two-stroke oil you'd use in jet skis. Good job, partner. You proved that pool of motor oil is absolutely a pool of motor oil.
There you go. Oh, objective updated.
Again, I don't know why we haven't just gotten Jane in cuffs by now.
Right. I know, right? Is that other dude there? No. Do we still have the ultrasound from the arson case?
Ah, yes. The ultrasound device. It's impressive.
Oh, yeah, that was the
But
one we
it's
used in the
also
second one, wasn't we?
expensive. Let's just be sure we really need it before we start wasting valuable resources.
Let's go
This
with
evidence
that.
places Jane Barrett in proximity to that pool of motor oil. Okay. I'll get you that
so much shit
ultrasound
to
device.
watch when I get off the
Let's see
stream.
if we can find out why she was there.
I've got to finish off watching the film for tomorrow night's double feature horror show.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna be joining on Thursday for Parasite.
Ah, yeah. No, I won't be there for that one, unfortunately.
When am I next on Powell? I need to speak to Powell. Actually, me and Vic had a really nice idea for a pipe stream.
What have I found?
So this is what Jane.
This
was
Thursday's
trying to
Enoch's
hide.
Powell's. Gotcha. It's
A
Popular
hammer.
Opinions is back
She
next
buried the
week.
hammer right on top of a wrench, which looks as though it's been down there for a while.
Okay. Do I do anything else? Oh, I've dug it up already. Okay.
We're gonna take her beeper, we're gonna put it in a box, and then we're gonna take that box and we're gonna put it inside a bigger box, and then we're going to mail it to myself, and then I'll smash it with a hammer! I am very concerned that no one got that reference.
Oh,
Looks like some kind of
No, I
softer
didn't
metal
know.
got embedded in the pitting
What?
on the hammerhead.
Have you not seen Emperor's New Groove, mate?
No.
Oh, you uncultured fucking swine.
I know.
Mate, you've got children and you've not seen that movie. You need to show your children Emperor's New Groove. It's amazing. Brilliant comedy movie. She caused the car accident, you think, Mima? That's, well, that's a jump.
Hang on a minute. There should be a fingerprint on it somewhere. If someone...
Unless she was wearing gloves like a smart person.
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
No.
No fluids here.
Oh, hold on a minute. What am I doing? There you
What
go.
the fuck is that thing? That little, like, mechanical...
Got no idea. My
It looks
spinach
like a...
puffs.
It looks like a fucking vibrator. My spinach puffs! I could quote that movie for ages. It's amazing.
Right. I don't think there was anything on this wrench, so...
This isn't poison. This is essence of lava.
Okay,
That Yzma is like one of the great animated villains. She is up there with Syndrome.
Oh, okay. That bronze shaving, it wasn't...
These particles are bronze, and they're a perfect match to the bronze that the bust
He used the
is
hammer
made
to
out of.
smash the
Bronze
thing.
particles didn't come off by smashing the regulator. Someone deliberately shaved them
So,
off and planted.
They
So
they
our killer wanted us
staged
to
that.
make the connection to the bust, and wanted to make sure we found those muddy footprints right by it.
Wow,
And
that's...
he or she assumed that if we did,
So
our
there's
focus
actually a
would
question I
turn
want to
to
ask
John
you regarding
and Pauline.
crimes. So if someone commits a crime and then tries to frame someone else for it, do they get extra time for that?
I imagine,
like,
I imagine it'd be additional charge.
Obscuring evidence.
Yeah, yeah.
Obscuring evidence or something.
Like obstructing the course of justice or something like that. There would be additional charges thrown on top of that.
I would hope so. I would
Yeah.
really hope so.
Yeah. Well, it's just like any sort of like, you know, you don't go by the most severe one and then just run with that. You'll try and convict on. That's why you like some crimes. They'll
Well,
just have like a long list.
It's always on the important preventative measures things. Like, yeah, you don't fucking murder someone and you don't try and get someone else blamed for it. You know, if you're pissed on like a wall nearby, we're not going to try and get you for indecent exposure. That's just a waste of time. But we will like get you for the things that fucking matter.
Yeah.
Atlantis from Disney, I missed that one, sadly. We watched that movie every 2 days in our
Guarantee.
house. Oh, culture limbs, my man.
Right.
Looking for this. How did you get here in front of us? And how did we get here first, Crunk? Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Isn't much, but yes, they do. They tack on the believability that the person it's hazardous to human empathy and barred from jobs straight after.
Oh, interesting.
There you go. It's that woman again.
Jane Barrett's fingerprint is on the hammer used
Hazardous
to
to
smash the
human
regulator. I'd
empathy.
really like
That's
to hear
an
what Jane
interesting
Barrett has to
sentence.
say.
I'm gonna Google that. That sounds
Right.
interesting.
Come on, we must be done. We must be done now.
Toxic empathy, when a person over-identifies with someone else's feelings and directly takes. No, I don't think that's what I don't think that's what he's referring to.
You didn't find anything, did you?
Oh,
I
squeak,
tried
squeak,
to
and
save you the
squeak.
trouble. So is that it, officers?
Where were you last
You'll
night?
never really know, will you?
She really did, Charlie.
You're still lying.
That's one of the rules by
We found splinters from
the,
this hammer.
fuck,
and the shavings
that
of the
guy,
bronze bust he
goddammit,
planted in the broken regulator.
the guy who's
You
in
sure about
everything
that?
animated. That's one of the rules that I mostly know him from. Patrick Warburton. Like, he's in so
Here's your
much.
fingerprint. We found
Nice.
it on the hammer you buried by the lake.
The same hammer you used to knock off a piece of that bust. The one you planted with the broken regulator.
I'm just curious, Jane. Why the bust of Mary's father? Did you resent the Marst family that much?
I hated them.
Uh-oh.
Hated them for stealing my family from me.
Oh, here comes the
When my
big
Here we go.
dramatic
parents died
confession.
in that
Yep.
so tragic skiing
This is what
accident,
makes, like,
it made me
I
start
think
believing that
CSI
there was
and
the
Alien Walker
possibility
do
of
with a very
justice in this
interesting
world.
kind of, like,
God
comparison.
had answered my prayers and punished them for
Because, like, their
abandoning me.
approach to kind of, like, their
Then
suspect
Mary
is
took
much
over the
more
company.
interesting.
Yeah.
She was just
Like,
a
Alien
stupid
War is
little
always a
party
bigger
girl,
picture.
and there was
Yeah.
nothing I could do
In
about it.
CSI, it's always
As
kind
soon
of
as
quite
Mary
condensed
resigned,
and,
that very
you know,
night,
standalone.
I was ready. God really does
But
help
also, it's
those
like,
who help
you can go an
themselves.
entire case
Mary
of Alien Noir
survived her accident, which upset me.
and never get, like, a
Why
proper
was God
confession at
punishing
the end of
me?
it. You're just kind of like,
But
well, the
I
evidence
planned
says
to try
so,
again,
get them the
and
fuck
that's when I
away.
bought that
There's, like, a level of
application for my
realism to it.
phone, so I
Whereas
was
Alien
able
Noir,
to
it's
create an
very
alibi.
Hollywood.
Yeah, and also LA Noire
I
has the
realized I could
some of
just
those cases where you
watch
have like
Mary
more than
die,
one suspect and you've got to
bit
pick
by
one.
bit. It was then that I
Also, a lot of the time,
understood
both
God's
are wrong
plan for
because
me.
that's mostly the
I
homicide
wasn't being punished.
desk where all of them
I
were
was
being
being
framed by one guy.
Yeah.
And one day, I found John
As we discovered last night,
standing
if
over
you want to go
Mary,
and check out the VOD.
crying.
Yeah, man, definitely go check it out, guys.
Crying and begging her
Links
not
in the
to
description.
die because she was the only family he had left. But I'm his real sister.
It was
That
3 hours
very
of
day,
fun. Well,
I snuck
fun.
into John's room to find something.
No,
that
no,
would
I
lead
mean,
to
in fairness,
him
once you
and
get
his
past,
naughty
like,
nurse.
there wasn't any of the
Took a chip
really
of her
fucked ones
fingernail
last
from the
night.
trash
I'm
in
not
his
gonna
room.
lie, I don't
Then
think it
yesterday,
ever gets
I
any
used
worse
my
than
phone to make it look like I was
that
home.
one
Then I
traffic
drove to
case
Vegas.
with the
It only takes about 4
with
hours.
the Hollywood,
in
the
right
final
car,
traffic
that
case
is.
with the Hollywood,
I went down
the
to
girl
the
who wanted
family
to become an
boat,
actress.
put on my gloves,
That one
got
where
down
I
in muddy
legit had to
shoes and drove
stop
to
the
the
stream
chalet.
and be like, right,
I waited for my brother
you
and his
can't handle,
whore
like,
to go to his
sensitive
room, and then
subjects,
I snuck
don't
in.
watch this
I
stream.
put on the
It gets
shoes and took the
fucked.
bronze bust from the front room. As soon as she
That one
saw
was
me,
rough.
Mary
Oh, there we
started
go.
panicking, pushing her regulator button over and over and over.
Jane,
I
Jane,
need some
Jane,
help with that, Mary.
Jane,
I
Jane.
cracked open Mary's regulator.
God,
with the
like,
bust,
look
then
how
used
just
the hammer to chip off
sadistically,
a
like,
bit of it.
confessing
That
she
part was
is.
for you
Yeah.
guys
It's
to
like,
find.
Christ.
Then, and this was the best part. I put the broken regulator in Mary's hands and I forced her to push the button. I looked into her terrified eyes to watch the morphine melt her soul away.
Oh my god.
And then, she almost wrecked it. She looked at me, and she smiled at me. She was trying to trick me, make me think she was glad to die. Like this was what she'd wanted all along, as if God was freeing her, not me. After she was dead, I planted that tiny bit of the fake fingernail on her hand. I replaced the bust, returned the shoes to the boat, and buried the hammer. Then I drove home. I got back just in time to catch
Call
my
it
flight.
Patash, she
You
she
might be
declared.
right, Jane.
I
Mary
believe
may
that's
have been happy
Klingon.
to finally be released of her burden. Or maybe she
I
was
believe that
smiling
means something like
because she'd been
douchebag.
There you
able to
go.
spell out most of your name on her regulator right before she passed. I think she was smiling because she knew you weren't going to get away with murder.
Well, we'll never know for sure now, will we?
I do know one thing for sure, Miss Barrett. You may have been neglected by your family, but we're going to be paying a lot of attention to you now. Probably for the next
Nice.
25 years to life.
Yes.
Very good
But
work,
yeah, I
you
mean, like,
two. The
framing.
confession
I
is
suppose
always a
when
nice
it comes
bonus
to
in
like
a
the whole
case like
framing
this
thing,
one.
it
Technically,
stops
2
being.
confessions.
It's less that
One
it'll
for
be its
last
own case,
night's
but
murder,
more there's the
and
chance that
another
it'll
for last
upgrade your
year's
main
attempted
charge.
You
Hmm.
keeping
Like
score?
that's the
Nick?
kind of thing that'll
I just think my
upgrade you from
partner
like
here
a
deserves
third degree
full
to a
credit for
second
chalking
degree,
up
that
2
kind of thing.
scores. And I think
You
it
know,
should go a
that's
long
not something
way
you
towards
did in the
breaking up
moment,
that
you then
cloud
put
hanging
thought
over the
into it.
team because of Huntby.
Say that again.
You,
You know
let
what I mean?
me worry about Huntby.
I'm telling you, Captain.
Say that
he's
again.
dirty.
Good night.
I was saying
Nicky.
that like aside from putting like a tampering charge on your record, it's more likely they might use it to as evidence to upgrade the level of murder. Like if you got like if they were going to charge you for third degree murder, but then you tampered with the evidence, maybe they'd upgrade it to second degree due to the fact that you put the thought in to try and like deflect the blame, as
Yeah.
opposed to like it just being a thing in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, limbs, they never get their lawyers in this.
No.
But they never
no.
get their lawyers in LA Noire either. But then again, at least in LA Noire, it's in the 40s.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. They never run to their lawyers. When the jig's up, the jig's up. So yeah, that was it. I can't believe that. It was
That's pretty open and shut.
It's quite smooth, yeah. Quite chuffed with that. So, there we go. That's case 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All done and dusted for you. We will go back over to here. Was it me, or were there hardly any dinosaurs this week?
It's real weird, isn't it?
Come back next week, and well, if I can get the bloody if I can get the bloody stream working, I think I can get it working. I think I can get it working. What you say?
Crime guy, look in the memes room.
God, that was fast. It was 2 hours and 20 minutes we've been streaming for.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad going. Where is the disco? All right. Yeah, I know. Do you know what you say? You say that, but funny enough, I was telling my wife about that, about how how the dress code in a certain place has just changed overnight.
Yeah, or the people painting over like advertisements.
Yeah.
Ahead of the new government coming in.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Tragic stuff, man. Tragic stuff.
Yeah, to a degree.
Yeah, but we're here for the games. We're here for the tragic stuff as well. Funnily enough. But yeah, guys, that was a good case. I think that twist was pretty cool, and I like the old Morse code thing through the old regulator. That was pretty cool.
That was a really nice touch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty sick. Oh, mate, I'm debating whether to just crack on with this one next week, but no, we'll do part 3 of Jurassic Park next week, and hopefully there won't be as many boomerisms that week as there were in the last one.
Trying to remember what the fuck happened last week. We fucked about with some Parasaurolophi. We met like some scientists.
We out parkoured velociraptors.
That's true. The Velociraptor show, man, it was weird.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
I think I was really out of it. I was really tired that night, I think.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild ride. But yeah, might have to go back and have a watch of that before jumping back on. Oh, mate. But yeah. So I'm done. I've got to carry on watching this Inshallah Miles of Kabul. We'll return to them their freedom.
Inshallah, brother.
I'm a proud boomer. Yeah, me too, Rory. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it there. That was a really fun evening, actually. That was quite good, and we got some ghosts in the chat, and we got some ghosts in some panties. So that's still alive. Denziel, anything you want to shill before we head off?
We are starting our new game tomorrow night. That's going to be very good. Actually, I can shill on the behalf of someone else.
Go for it.
So I don't think there's a link up yet. I'll check though. But I am going to be guest starring on British Night's Politics of Video Games tomorrow night.
Okay.
Which should be 9 p.m. Yeah, the stream's not like prepped yet. Basically, it's not prepped yet. But if you guys want to go and check out British Night, I'll nip a link to his channel. We'll be talking about the Brotherhood of Steel in the Fallout games. Across all of them, so the different ways that it like split off and the different ideologies that happened, and the sort of like the ups and downs of it.
Okay.
And then after that, I'll be starting a new game on my Twitch channel, and bring a coat, folks, because it's going to get frosty.
Oh, okay. Have you announced what it is yet, or you sort of save it?
Some people know, but I'm leaving like that little teaser there.
Like it. And also every fortnight on Zen's channel, on Saturdays at 10:30, same time, we play some Star Wars.
That'll be this
Republic?
The Old Republic.
The Old Republic.
And that'll be this Saturday. So we have the long-suffering Ocasio, eternally tortured by her companions, Teabag and what the fuck's Enigmatic's character?
I don't know, but he's just like a giant, like...
He's got a really
teddy
stupid
bear.
name, but the two of them just eternally dancing in their underwear behind her as she just shakes her head.
And the thing is, you don't even have to pay for that.
Yeah, it's true. I genuinely wish I had like a budget for my channel so I could get like artwork commissioned of just like her just staring in the middle distance while the two of them dance in the background.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd love that.
Tell Proper Horror Show to start watching movies I can watch, mate. I'm already having that conversation. The amount of effort I have to go to find. I mean, yeah, I
need to dig up Parasite at some point.
Yeah. The amount of money I've spent on renting films now, especially horror films.
I'm so glad you found me that website. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I linked that in on my Twitter. I can't remember.
I'm gonna check that website and see if it's got Parasite. Because if not, I will not be able to watch that. Yeah, it's there. Okay.
There you go.
Actually, I'll see if it's is it on Netflix. It seems like the kind of thing that'd be on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's pretty popular when it was coming out. The problem is there's the anime Parasite, which I'm pretty sure is very different. Yeah, it's just the anime is on Netflix.
Oh no, Zen isn't British Knight. No, they're two different people. And
no, we are entirely different.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I discovered because we had a big meetup with sort of like us minor YouTubers, you know, me, Harry, and Joz.
I didn't go.
Yes, sadly, it was
too big. The channel. I'm joking. Too far.
Even have been the biggest.
Too far. No, I know.
Although I did literally say to Harry that you will overtake him within the year, I think.
But
very easily.
Yeah, well, maybe, but
going by your rate recently, man.
Yeah, but to be fair, like it's like comparing John Terry and Cristiano Ronaldo, innit? I mean, we both do very different things. To be fair.
You realise this means nothing to me.
Okay, it's like comparing.
Captain
Tizer.
Kirk to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. I'll go with that.
I'm a nerd, remember?
Of course.
But yeah, sorry. But yeah, no. But as it turns out, British Knight actually lives quite close to me. So.
Oh really?
Yeah, he lives. Well, I won't dox him.
No,
but
no
we
doxing.
both live in like the same region of England, basically.
Right.
As opposed to the rest of us who are kind of like all scattered across the country.
Okay. Oh, fair enough.
Well, like I could probably just take an hour-long bus to his house, basically.
Right.
And not even a coach, just a bus.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. That you can.
So we could do like proper like in-person podcasts and crossovers if we ever wish to do.
Yeah, Harry.
Which I would love to do, actually.
So Harry and the minor YouTuber.
Well, yes.
Well, to be fair, he is the baby of our Tuesday streams, isn't he? Because like myself and I'm sure Chloe won't mind me saying this, but we are quite older than Harry and.
I prefer to think of you as experienced.
Old.
Okay.
My kids tell me this all the time. Dad, you're well old. Yeah, thanks.
But yeah, so you know, so tomorrow British Night, talking about Brotherhood of Steel, and then new game on my channel.
Sweet.
And yes,
Cool.
Hopefully, so since it's only every other Saturday, I'm hopefully lining up a new game for the other Saturdays with some other folks. So that'll be interesting. It'd be nice to have like a constant, like thorough line.
Yeah, definitely. Literally everyone who's not in nappies is older than Harry and.
Oof. I'm like almost exactly the same age as him, actually. Like, a lot of us are the same age. It's weird.
Mm.
Like, we were all born like the same year, pretty much.
Yeah. Not me, though.
No, not you.
I'm your
but,
dad.
you know, me,
I'm your dad.
me, Jaws, I think Mitch as well. We're all like the same age, basically.
Right.
But yeah, I'm hoping to line up a fun game where it's like there's not much to the game itself, but it gives more a basis for interaction between me and the other people. So far, it's looking like me, Tofu, and 4-Button. It's gonna be very fun.
Nice. So yeah, definitely go check Zen out. I mean, he needs the he needs the support. No, and I mean it in a nice way, because to be fair, like you're quite entertaining on your streams. You got a good presence there, and you deserve to have more. You deserve to have more. So yeah, no, just keep going, man. It'll happen. You got a good little community around you, and you got people like Marta, for example.
Yes. Oh, I really want to be on Apex with her tonight, but
yeah, but
it's just been very unlucky with the Apex streams the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. So yeah, it's So yeah, man, no, you're doing a good job. And I need to renew my subscription, actually, so I'll do that after the stream's ended.
Hey, don't worry about it. Well, I'll tell you what. Swing by tomorrow night's stream, and then you can. Because I reckon you might actually really like the game. It's got kind of like it's got. I'll give a hint. It's got like a kind of like early 1900s aesthetic.
Okay.
That I think like not implying you're from there, and I'm not going to be that much of a dick.
Yeah,
but like I think like but it's also British, so I think like British, older British folk will appreciate that kind of aesthetic.
Okay.
Kind of like how my generation loved the 80s, despite the fact we weren't even alive back then.
Yeah.
We've got like an appreciation for like the era,
Yeah.
But it's really interesting, and I hope you guys will like it.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Desiccated limbs. I got hyperfixated the other night to make flash art of serial killers. Caught a signed protest to give them the death penalty.
It's Twitch beyond the pale. I don't use my YouTube channel.
Ah. Yeah, get yourself.
And I'm not. And as much as he keeps dead naming me as Zen, and yet then calling me Denziel in the title, you really need to figure out what you're going to call me.
I'm going to call you whatever the hell I want to, and you're just going to have to suck it up, Buttercup.
I am Denziel Jones. I'm cyber noir detective.
You are Zen-chan to me, like I am Teabag to you. There you go.
Well, that's fair enough.
Fair
enough. But in that case, call me Zen in the fucking YouTube title. I don't know why you use my new name, but then never use it anywhere else.
Guys, I'm gonna give him a new name next week. I might even run a poll, actually.
Oh dear.
Get a Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is fun.
Yeah,
Twitch is fun.
Even if it's just to follow Zen, Den, Ben, John, whatever.
Either or.
Twitch gay. Who cares?
Twitch is a bit gay, but they're easy to use. Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, that's enough shilling for you, my friend.
Indeed.
I've got nothing really much to say. I released a new video today, so if you haven't already, I know you guys already have, but for anyone watching this after the stream, if you haven't gone and you haven't seen it, go and watch. It's Peter Wrighton, A Tragic Story, title as. I'll leave a link in the description at the end of this, and I'm gonna go away, finish off this stream. Finish off this video that this movie that I'm watching in preparation, as tomorrow we're on Proper Horror Show's channel, discussing the Japanese movie, I believe, called Loner. So definitely go check that out. I've saved it in my playlist already, so you should be able to find that in the Double Feature Horror Show podcast playlist. It should be the latest one there, and set a reminder for that one, because it's going to be an interesting conversation, I think. But yeah. Anything else you want to add, Zen, before I call it a night?
Inshallah, brother.
I'm
just going to cover my bases, seeing the changing of the winds these days.
Oh, bless you. And on that note, guys, thank you ever so much for sticking around and watching this this episode. Well, it was quite a good case, actually, and I hope the next one is just as good. Nope. No, I'm not paying for films. Don't blame your BTP. Don't blame me. But you can still come around for the conversation, though, so that'll be fun. And anyway, and also subscribe to her as well. She needs to get to 1,000 subs. It's been a long time coming. She's almost at 900. Do it.
Hell yeah.
And on that note, guys, until next time, take care
Ta-da.
and goodbye. Don't interrupt me.